Wait, people. Hey, hello, and we are on. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi before you go,
Yeah.
or you wanna stay a little bit? I hope I'm able to be heard loud and clear. Please let me know if you can hear me, and let me know where you are watching me from. And welcome to today's live stream. So we normally give our live streams 2 minutes to allow people to join in. We have Omosh Godwin checking in. Welcome. Valley's Ride checking in. Welcome. Kung Fu Fanta. Welcome. Respect the Truth. Welcome. Phyllis. Welcome. Sir Mike. You look tired right now. If I was tired, I wouldn't be doing this live stream. Trust me. Welcome. I see 43 of you joining in live. Welcome. Share this live stream. Winston King, how are you doing? And welcome to Hey, Mr. Angus. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Bryce, welcome. Zaki, welcome. Where are you located? Like right now, or where am I from? I'm not never located in one place because I'm always in the move. Dion Williams, Derica, Ainsworth, Lawrence, Mike, Respect the Truth, One MKD, Ice Play. Ah, how are you doing? Long time. Mimi and Z, how are you doing? Welcome and greetings from Jamaica. So if you've been following me, you obviously know that right now I'm in Jamaica. It's been a beautiful day. Cadenhead, thank you so much. Alison, I see you. Always a pleasure to tune in. I'm from Moruga. Hey, Janet, nice to have you here. Oh, Shoki is calling me and I'm live. Let me just tell her 1 second. I'm live on YouTube right now. Yeah, I'm live. Okay, cool. Oh, you wanna put your phone? All right, then you can come and say hi to the people in a few. Alison, how are you doing? You're looking super cute. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see you at Miss Little. Yeah, I'm at Miss Little. Tukolok, Karibu Sana, Jamaican in Kenya here. Oh, I'm missing the night cricket sounds. There's cricket songs in Kenya, but definitely if you're in Nairobi, you might not hear them. But if you're in the country in Kenya, you'll definitely hear them. Love the recent content. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of people joining. Welcome to Jamaica. I mean, I think this is going to be my second live stream from here in Jamaica, and I'm super excited. I'm with an amazing lady here. You wanna say hi?
Hi, guys.
You'll have to, so that they can see you. Let me move the. Sorry. Let me move this. Let me look at the charger so I can be seen. You can lower your face and say hi. Here. No, you're good.
Hi, guys. Welcome. Yes, you jump on the African. Yes, live. Nice seeing you. Yes, Miss Lickle is here.
Miss Lickle Batalawa is here.
Miss Lickle is here. You're the African princess. Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Lickle. So we had a very beautiful day today. Yeah. I have some amazing content that's gonna come. So stay tuned. You're looking great. You are in great hands with Miss Lickle. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Miss Lickle, we love you. Good night, Miss Lickle. Good night, Miss Lickle. You know, one thing that I'm still trying to understand is like here in the most of the Caribbean countries I've been to, good night is a greeting.
Yes.
Good night is a greeting. To say good night is like good evening. Yeah. So it's something I'm trying to try.
Good night.
Yeah. Oh, all right. You're getting greetings here. So, hi, AT. Did you get to see Blue or John Crow Mountains? John Crow Mountains?
I've never been there.
Where is that?
Was it somewhere up in Portland, but I've never been there.
Oh, okay. So it means I haven't seen the John Crow Mountains or the Blue Mountains, but I would love to. And everybody's suggesting the Blue Mountains coffee, so I would really, really love to do that. I'm actually kind of reducing on the amount of coffee I'm taking, but I'll give it a try because it's Blue Mountains coffee. Because people have told me that we should take a swim at the falls. I actually did. So stay tuned for the next episode. You're gonna see me take a swim at the falls. But yeah, I don't want to preempt it. So yeah, stay tuned because I actually did take a swim at the falls. You have to go to the beach and swim where the river meets the ocean. I was also there. So my videos sometimes kind of delay a little bit, but definitely I've done that, but I'm definitely going to share that in due course. Too much coffee can cause high blood pressure. I think I've read a lot of things. That's why I'm like really going slow on coffee. But it's always been my favorite. Hi, Marjorie. How are you doing? So, welcome to Jamaica. So far, I have been to Kingston. I didn't get to explore much. Oh, okay, so yeah, I didn't get to explore much in Kingston, but I did do an amazing road trip to Montego Bay. I explored a lot in Montego Bay. If you've been watching me, you obviously know my friend Kia was with me. Oh, Kia! Oh, I see you, man. If you watch me, is your friend from Barbados, Kia Sky. Kia Sky left. If you've been, please check out her channel. Kia left. She went to Miami. So unfortunately, I'm no longer with Kia, but she's here in the live stream right now. And go check out her YouTube channel. I really miss you, Kia. I wish you were here. You would have loved the adventures I've had in the past couple of days, but it's all right. Blue Mountain coffee is delicious. I wish to come to Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Greeting to all Jamaicans. All right. Jamaica. Don't tell me you are not you're not going back to. I'm definitely going back to Kingston because I started there, but that wasn't the initial plan. So I'm definitely going back to Kingston. I keep sharing sweet stuff. I really enjoy nyama choma when you come. Nyama choma only when I come back to Kenya. All right. Kia needed to go back to work, but we're gonna meet again in another place to travel together. Kia is something else. Someone said Kia is a riot. Kia is a ball of energy. Cooking in the bushes and the river, man. Yeah, that was amazing. There's even more amazing content that's gonna come. So stay tuned for that. Go to Mandeville and enjoy the cold weather. I will go, but I really never enjoy cold weather. If you've watched me for a while, you know I'm really not a fan of cold at all. I love warm environments, but I'll definitely visit Mandeville. Kingston is not the move. Portland is the spot. I'm in Portland anyway. Ask about Firewater in St. Anne's Bay. I've been told about Firewater, and I'll definitely check Firewater. Anyway, I've been here since first. Of course, I got to Jamaica on. I can't believe, like, what the heck are the days going to? How is it 20th already? How have 20 days passed? Like, I really don't understand. I feel like the days are just flying. Like, we only got about 10, 11 days for the month to end. For some people, depending on where they're watching me from, it's only like 10 days. And for us who are still in Jamaica, in this part of the world, we only got 11 days. Like, times are moving so fast. I can't believe it's been 20 days in Jamaica already. But man, I don't understand. These days are like 2024 is almost coming to an end. Before it even starts. Yeah, so yeah, I've been here since first of I started the first of the year, 1st January, I started my year in Jamaica. My flight to Jamaica was on 1st. And what a beautiful way to start the year. So, a quick recap. If you're watching me for the first time, in case you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Actually, let me see. Let me look at the settings. Just a quick one. Participants, subscribers. All right. So yeah. So please subscribe so that you'll be able to chat. If you're not subscribed, you're now not going to be able to chat. Subscribe and show your girl some love. So I came here on 1st of January, and of course I went a few days later. I went to meet my friend Kia in Kingston, and we were in a grill. So the initial plan was to go from Negril to Savannah Lamar. We were just basically were to go that route, go to Akompong. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Akompong, and then Maroon Town, and then back to Montego Bay for Kia to travel out. But unfortunately, okay, let me drop a link. Kia. Okay, I'm dropping a link, Kia, or anyone, if you want to join in the live stream, feel free to join. So I dropped the link in the stream to make it more interactive. So unfortunately or fortunately, we fell in love in Negril, and then when we're in Negril, we're like, let's just stay here. We shouldn't proceed with the journey. But definitely, I'm going to visit those places in due course. I still have a lot of time to be in this region or in this part of the world. So I have enough time to visit every place I really want to see. Hi, Tigress. I love that you're having a good time in Jamaica. Oh, yeah, I really love you. Love the river cookie. Oh, my goodness. We have so many. Okay, let's hear from Winston. Hi, Winston.
Hey, what's up?
I'm
Hey,
good.
nice
What
seeing you.
about you?
Nice seeing you. So that you're shining, man. Jamaica agree with you.
Pardon?
I see that you're shining like a star. Jamaica agree with you.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it, to be honest. I really love it. So far,
You're,
I love it. The past couple of days have been just so adventurous and things that
Portland,
I only saw in movies.
Portland is very nice because right now I'm in the hills in Portland. It's very nice.
Yeah, Portland
Quiet,
is very beautiful.
no pollution, rivers. It's very
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Blue waters, amazing place.
I know that when you leave, you want to come back to Portland.
Yeah, and today I got to swim, so that's why I'm even letting my hair to dry because I swam this evening and I didn't even want to leave the water.
I have a restaurant for you, man. You're gonna bring back your
Speak
ear.
up, speak up a little bit. I don't know why I can't hear you.
I have a restaurant for you. The
Okay,
castor oil, the purpose castor oil. Yeah, man, I'm not going to hold up, I know all of people supposed to want to talk to you.
all right,
So, yeah, man, I'll see you tomorrow. So take care.
all right, all right, Winston. See you tomorrow. Thank you. All right. Grace, I see somebody called Grace. You're trying to join, but I think your internet or connection is not good. Try again. I'm not able to add you. You'll need to approve your mic. It tells me you need to approve your mic before you are able to join the stream. So I'm not able to hear you because you have not approved your mic. And Yadman General, thank you so much for that 10 Canadian dollars. I truly appreciate it. Where are you staying? Man, stop that, Yadman. That's not good. Thanks for that super chat, though. Let's hear from Maureen. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, how are you?
I am marvelous.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I can't see you, but good to hear
Good to
from
hear
you.
me. Okay. Hope you're enjoying Portland.
I love the greenery. I love
The
the
most
greenery. It's
the most
amazing.
beautiful the most beautiful parish in Jamaica.
The most beautiful parish in Jamaica. Let me know if you're watching this in the comment section. Do you think Portland is the most beautiful parish in Jamaica? Let me see. Let me see what everyone thinks in the comment section below. And if you're watching this, please smash the like button and share out this live stream. Share out. Let's get more people joining us and let's have a good time, and let's talk about Jamaica. So, Andrea, I see you. I'm going to be adding you in a few after Maureen. Yeah. Yeah, Portland is beautiful. So far, I really love it. I have no complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love it. The people are so warm. The people are so friendly. Like, people treat you like they've known you for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really love it so far. Yeah.
I can hear your background.
Of
You're in
course,
the
I'm in
country.
the country. I guess you can hear the crickets, the dog. Yeah, it's very, very dark, and I'm in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Maureen. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Okay. See you soon.
All right. See you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Yeah. Bye.
All right. All right. So, thank you so much, Randy. Thank you for always supporting. I really don't take it for granted. I truly appreciate your support all the time. Let's hear from Andrea.
Oh, hi, African Tigress.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am so great, and I'm happy to see you are so down to earth and real deal Jamaican girl.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I was, I
I
was,
try my best.
yes, I was following you through Negril and Montego Bay. I tell you, you are superb because you take me back. Before I came to the United States, I worked in Negril for many years, and I also worked in Ocho Rios, and you took me all the way back. I was with you on the whole journey, catching the bus and doing your thing in a humble way, and I really appreciate that. You are a good person.
Oh, thank you so much. You're from Jamaica?
I am Jamaican, yes. I'm married to a Ghanaian man. Well,
Oh, lovely. That's a lovely connection.
we are in the United States right now, but this is not where we are from. So the
So,
heart cries, right?
yeah. So, do you often come to Jamaica?
I am planning to visit in the next year or so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been back in a while because when you have so much to do, and it's like you're crying every day when you wake up. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if you have that feeling. If you leave your country, you're gonna feel that way.
I don't feel that way because I know I could wake up tomorrow and go back to Kenya. I
Well,
don't
no, I
really.
could do the same thing too, but the thing is that the obligations that you sign on to when you're not a visitor.
Exactly. Yeah. Like for me, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, as someone who is visiting,
Yes.
I have no obligation. So I
Uh-huh.
could wake up any day and just be like, okay, I'm going to where's next ticket to Kenya? Yeah. So it's different
So,
because also when you have family and
mhm.
it's you can't just wake up and say like you're going back to, you know.
Your videos are beautiful, and you do such impeccable work. Your choice of words and the places that you choose to visit, and
Uh-huh.
just your maturity shines through your work, and it's a good work you're doing, and I appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate. Which parish do you come from here in
Saint
Jamaica?
Anne, when you drive through
Ocho
Oakland,
Rios.
I used to work at Sandals for many years as well.
Oh, I'll pass there. I'll pass there while coming here. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and but you see, I'm in Brownstown. I'm in Central. Like you would have to coming down on the coast, and you get to Runaway Bay. You take that left turn up the hill. I
Oh,
am I'm in Brownstown. You should go up there at the market.
I have so many days. I have so much time in this region, so I'm definitely going to visit a lot of places. And also looking at an option of, just having like, instead of public transportation, probably at some point when I would love to go around in get a car because I can drive, so I can hire a car and drive around. I think that would be really fun because if I see something nice, I don't just have to see it in passing. I can actually stop and take photos.
Yeah. So when are you going to Dunn's River?
Um, I'm not very sure, to be honest. I would love to go there. I'll definitely go there, but I don't think it's among the first things I will do at the moment because I think I have seen a lot of videos there. I'll definitely go eventually, but I really want to explore like mostly like probably places or things I haven't seen yet. I
Okay.
don't know if you understand.
I
Yeah.
do. I do. I do. I do. Trust
Yeah.
me. So I know you have visited all the marketplaces. We are famous for nice markets. We have a lot of markets. Every town have a market. So
Really?
yeah.
So
So
is it like a food market or they
yes,
sell everything?
for our market we sell everything: food, clothes, shoes. But then you have shops along the way too, and you have town squares with different businesses and stuff. It's similar to where you have visitors before. I've seen you in the market. Where did I see you?
I think I don't know if I posted a little bit. Okay, in Jamaica, I've been to Coronation Market in Kingston,
Right.
but I didn't really post it. But I've been to markets across different parts of the world that I've visited.
Okay, so your Coronation Market is the big one. Well,
Yeah,
you one day you might go. You're in Portland right now, right?
yeah,
So you may go to the market there one day, or
yeah,
before you leave, the guys will take you to the market.
yeah. Definitely, definitely. I'm going to do as much as possible. But man, like it's so much fun that, especially when you're traveling alone like me and you're trying to get balance, it can be quite tricky in the sense
Yeah,
that you want to enjoy but at the same time you want to film, and then you can't. It's like, trying to strike that balance is really hard, like,
it's a
right?
pity you
Just
don't have somebody filming for you while you're having a good time.
that's a challenge right now. So sometimes I miss out on some things because I can't film. I just put the camera down and I'm like, let me enjoy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see you. I'm watching you. I've been watching you since you used to talk about the right to return. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the returnee series. Yeah, the
I've been
interviews I
watching
did.
you for a very,
Yeah.
very long time, and I like your progress. I like your house that
Oh
you're building.
yeah,
Congratulations! And
thank
I
you
was
so much.
talking about you today, and I said African Tigress is not going to waste time with this journey because she's got a project.
Uh-huh. I'll give an hour. I don't know. It's made like it's way progressed than it is because my mom is helping a lot.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of progress with the house that I'm building. Um, but of course, I'm not there to give the progress. Maybe once it's really complete at a certain point, maybe I'll share, or maybe complete and fully furnished, maybe I will share. I don't know.
I see you when you were showing around that house, and you say you don't call it no master bedroom. It's the first,
The main bedroom.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I said to myself, African Tigress is correct. Where this word master comes from? Master bedroom. Couldn't that
Yeah.
be the master
Mm-hmm.
in the
Who's
other
who's
time?
the who's the master?
Who is the master? So I was like, I saw that video clip, but I understand what you're going through because as you can see, many Jamaicans they build big houses, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Especially out of the cities.
Yes, and it starts from small and they take their time and finish. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're going through. So you will
Yeah.
get there.
Thank you so much. And we
And
are truly
let me see your
appreciative.
decor, your furnishings.
Oh, that is the part I'm waiting for most. Like, I really can't wait to be done with the house and then furnish it. Like, I have this idea in mind. Like, I really know what exactly I want for every room. Basically minimalistic but classy, and
Hmm.
that's the vibe. Not so many colors, but like really nice subtle color. Like, I don't want to preempt it. Let's just pray like I get to
Yes.
finish that first.
So a lot of us is rooting for you, and we're praying you up, and we're making sure that we drag you along in the realms, girl.
Thank you so much, Andrea. I truly appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
Good luck
Much
to
love.
you.
Thank you
Good
so
luck.
much, Andrea. Appreciate you.
Glad to see you in my country, girl. Glad to see you there.
Thank you so much. I'm
Have
happy
a
to be here.
have a good time.
You too. Thank you.
Much blessings.
All right.
Bye bye.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. All right. That was really nice. Good energy, good vibes. Oh my goodness. I'm super excited. She just lifted my spirit, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to go through your comments real quick, and if you want to join in, I'm dropping the link in the comments. So oh oh, okay. Tigress, you are Bejan, Trini, Yadi, Kenya. I'm everything. I'm a cocktail. I'm a cocktail of all that. Why Kia had to leave Jamaica so soon? Kia has a job, so she has to go back to work. So that's why she had to go back. Kia has a different job. She's getting into creation, but she really has a different job. If you Okay, I won't talk about it, but she will talk. Watch her channel, you'll get to know more about her. But I think she mentioned at one point on my channel about her job. So if she wants to talk about it, that's fine. Yeah, but she's doing amazing. She's doing really an amazing job in Barbados. She's a superwoman. When are you going back to Kenya? When you'll miss me? Hey, of course. Hi, Mafi. Appreciate. I said she's very authentic person, and you can see that she has a good. That's why I subscribed to her channel. I love her energy. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate some Mike. Portland is beautiful. I agree. I had a chance to visit for 2 weeks. I agree with this caller. I'm really enjoying your content. Thank you so much. Yeah, show some love. Let's get over 100 likes. Over 250 people are watching, almost 300. Please smash the like button. Very much and professional, well respected. I truly appreciate it. Thank you all for the love. Did you enjoy breadfruit? I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I love breadfruit roasted and cooked with coconut milk. It's so good. I really love breadfruit. It really exceeded my expectation because when you grow in a certain or a different part of the world, your taste palette is quite different. So sometimes when you're tasting some things for the first time, you might really not like them. But over time, you get used and you love them. For instance, the first time I ever went to Ethiopia, I tried injera and I really didn't like it at all. But after about 4 or 5 times of tasting, every time I'm in Ethiopia, the first thing I have to eat when I'm in Ethiopia is injera. I really love injera. Thank you so much, Dana. Don't drive in Jamaica. You won't be able to handle it. Let me tell you, Sir Mike, I'm very sure I can be able to handle driving here because I did have a Jamaican friend visit Kenya sometime and I was driving and he said we drive more crazy than Jamaica. So I don't know, but he wasn't really telling me, but he was talking to a friend on phone. It's like it was just speaking part. I can't imitate, but basically what he was trying to tell the friend is that we drive way crazier than Jamaica. So I'm very sure I haven't seen like really so much crazy driving. I can handle it. I think African should have worked her way to east to north. I don't understand narcissist. Bless up our Barbadian brothers and sisters. Driving in Jamaica is wild. I can handle it. I'm a good driver, trust me. Maybe I should make a video driving around Jamaica. That would be a nice video. Driving around Jamaica. I don't know which part of Jamaica should I drive because I mean Portland is so easy to drive. I mean it's country kind of where I am, but maybe I should try driving in Kingston. Maybe hire a vehicle for a day and drive around. I think that would be great content. Stay tuned for that video next week. I think that would be a nice video, driving around Jamaica, in Kingston. Right, all right. Don't think of driving in Jamaica, especially around rural areas. These streets are no joke. It requires skill and concentration. Okay. Blue Mountain is a must. All right. It's so hard. Lane solo is hard. Kia, call in live. Kia, I've dropped the link. Call me. We Jamaicans want their Kipchoge recipe. What does he eat? I cooked something today for Jamaicans, over 20 people. Oh my goodness. They went, I don't even consider myself like top among the people who cook in Kenya. I really don't think I cook as amazing, but I think I still like what I cook. It's really good. I don't know, maybe sometimes, maybe, imposter syndrome. I think I think I can cook good, just that I don't like cooking. Cooking is not my, I really don't, it's not, I just find it hard to cook for 2 hours and eat for 15 minutes. Yeah, so like that's one thing I really struggle with. But I think when I decide to cook, it's really nice. I cooked today and people were going crazy over my food. I don't know, maybe I should make that video come up tomorrow. Okay, I'm looking at a lot of comments. Responding mostly to question, you have to go to Bob Marley Falls, Rich Fala, you know what makes sense, never thought of the friends, master. Okay, I think my comments are really derailed. I'm so sorry, guys, but yeah, I'm trying to go through them all quick. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much, Christine Trini. I appreciate it. Maturity, self-respect is key to opening your content to a broader audience. Thank you so much. You must show me just watch you roast breadfruit. Oh, I love that. People in Kenya had some beautiful homes. Yes, there's amazing homes in Kenya. From Portland, I can give you so many places to go. You show Caribbean with class. Keep up the good works. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How long are you in Jamaica? Are you planning to visit the National Park of Kingston? A lot of people are now aware of it. It needs some exposure. I will try. Oh, welcome, Nana. You coming live today. When your house finally finishes, you got to choose a Caribbean husband. Oh, Noel. Oh, you say when my house finishes, I should choose a Caribbean husband from Barbados, Trinidad, or Jamaica to make African Caribbean babies. No, the man should build another house for us. Where I come from, actually, the culture is it's the man who builds the house. So it's not okay. Like I actually learned this about some countries that I visited. It's quite normal for some places for a man to move into the woman's family house. Like that can never happen in Kenya. Like my boyfriend to move to our family house, like where my mom and my siblings stay, that can never ever. My boyfriend, husband, fiancé to move, stay with us. Even a visiting boyfriend cannot even spend a night in my family house. So I really don't know, but it's different culture. Like, yeah, in Kenya, men cannot move. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think in Kenya, a Kenyan man can move to a woman's place with ease. You can rent a car in St. James. I remember you saying about 2 hours cooking and 15 minutes eating. I like to cook and eat my food always. It's really hard, especially when you're staying alone. Imagine cooking for 2 hours and eating for 15 minutes. It's really hard. Time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely. Yes, please subscribe, please. Yeah, the breadfruit was great. If you can drive anywhere in Africa, I think you can drive in Jamaica 100%. If you can drive in Africa, you can drive in Jamaica. Enjoy the country. Thank you so much, Janet. I'm not there now. I really enjoyed cooking at the landscape. That will go down the memory lane as one of the things or the most amazing things I've done in life. Like starting a fire in the middle of the river. Please, if you're not understanding this, make sure you watch the previous episode. Like that is one thing I will forever keep in mind, and I'm definitely going to try replicate it. I have some amazing adventure, and I feel like everywhere where I go, I'm going to try to replicate that, and I'm also going to listen. This is quite interesting. When I was doing that, I really struggled lighting using a lighter. A lot of people say like, not a lot, not a lot of people understand, but some people were saying like, pretending starting. Some people I saw some comments and some people are saying like I'm pretending like starting a fire with a lighter. I don't know if you're watching this. You're from Kenya. Do we start our fires with lighters? We don't start our fires with lighters. Lighters are mostly for people who smoke. So, like in my family, we don't have no single lighter. And for most families that are visited, we don't have lighters in our houses. We have matchsticks or matchsticks you can find, but lighters, no, we don't use lighters. Lighters are mostly for people who smoke, so to start their cigarette. You will be missed after you return to Kenya, but someday we will be united together on the continent. You're welcome to Africa, Patricia. Kenyans and Jamaicans kind of drive the same. She needs with Miss Little, she's a wonderful person. She'll take care of you. Thank you so much, Lord. No lizards. You know, Kia, me and lizards. Kia, I'm posting the link in the comments. If you see it, I want you to call in. I think Kenya border riders are worse. So let me tell you why it's even hard to drive in Kenya. Because here, I don't see motorbike, especially in the country. There's no people riding motorbikes and bicycles and things like that. So in the countryside in Kenya, there's lorries, there's trucks, there's drivers, there's normal cars, there's public transportation, but there's a lot of motorbikes that a lot of times some of them don't follow traffic rules. So when you're driving, you really have to watch out for everybody. So you have to watch how's the motorbike driver coming. Are you seeing any motorbikes? Because sometimes you're just driving and then you just hear a bang on just a motorbike just came from nowhere without stopping to look around and they just ran into you. Though luckily never had such an incident because I'm really a very alert driver. Which side of the road do you drive in Kenya? Same as Jamaica. We keep left. The right side. We drive on the right side. America, they drive on the wrong side. We keep left anyway. We keep left, but yeah, that's how we drive in Kenya. Just like Kenya, England, same way. You can drive the highway, but the local streets are crazy. I'm telling you from experience. Try driving in Kenya with borders, motorbikes, and yeah. Is November a good time to visit Kenya, or when is the best? Kenya is always a good time to visit. I just don't like the rainy season. November, depending on where you visit, but November some parts are hot, but I realized like October, November is it rains a lot in the coast of Kenya. So when I was there during such time, I didn't like it. Nairobi driving is nothing compared to Jamaica. I'm in Nairobi from Jamaica. Drive in bigger road areas. Okay, I'm going to try. Then we see what happens. What happened to your motorbike lessons? I learned how to drive a motorbike. The skills are going to come in handy. Stay tuned. There's more adventures that are going to come from African Tigress. Oh, B-man. Trust me. What did you make, fufu? No, I didn't make fufu. I made something different. I didn't make ugali. I made something totally different. Ugali is so bland. I don't think people would be happy to eat ugali in this part of the world. Having traveled, one thing that travel has really taught me, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, I never thought about it until I traveled. When people would say our food in Kenya is different, I never thought about it until I traveled. And some people said our food was bland. in Kenya. I never thought about it until I traveled, especially when I first went to West Africa. That's when I came to understand. In Kenya, our food, we don't really use a lot of spices and things like that. Our food is just like tomatoes, onion. As long as you have tomato and onion, you're good. So all these Maggi, all these spices, and I don't know what, we don't use none of that. So as long as you have tomato, onion, some people might add carrot, beetroot, depending on what you're cooking. So our food is mostly like straight like that. Yes, please drive to Kingston and go visit Bob Marley Museum. Visit the Chinese Asian people in Jamaica that we hear about but don't know where they live. Maybe they're not there because I haven't seen them. I really haven't seen them. How do I know where to get them? I can't visit where I don't know or where nobody's taking me to. Do you have a man back in Africa asking for a friend? So Mike, TIGRESS, when are you going to? Man, you guys are asking me about settling down. What's settling down? Me, I'm always on the move. I don't know. Kia tried hard to find breadfruit while she was in Jah. She really misses the breadfruit. I wish Kia was here. She would have loved the breadfruit. Did you cook matoke? Melissa. I cooked matoke. And they really loved how I prepared them. I had breadfruit in Tanzania from Zanzibar. So it's here in East Africa. Yeah, but it's someone told me that they trying, I don't know, the past few years they've been trying to get breadfruit in Tanzania. So I'm not very sure about it, but it would be nice if it's there. I would love to, get one. It's easy to get it, I guess, from Tanzania. I would love to get one and bring it to my farm, and then I'll have something nice and different. And actually, all my farms actually have a river like at the end. So in whichever farm I put it, I can roast it in the river. Yeah, that would be nice. Wanna see the Chinese Jamaican people? Please interview them. I really don't know where to get them, to be honest. I haven't come across them for starters, apart from one shop that I went to. So I really don't know where I'm gonna get them. You're gonna fall in love with Manchester, Mandeville. I'll definitely visit. I'm old school. Man should build their house if he wants to marry you. Yes, or build another house and then mine I can rent it out, right? All right. Kia didn't leave anything at Walmart in Miami. We know you had. Yes! Kia traveled with 2 suitcases and a bag. So I'm very sure she used all that space properly. I learned that the Jans, they don't travel with no extra bags, like they must shop in Miami before they get back to Barbados. Are there polygamous societies in Kenya? Yes, but the women don't like it. So if you're thinking about it, don't try marrying several Kenyan women. Women don't like it. I agree, when you cook, you won't enjoy the food until the next day. TIGRESS, you are loved by the West Indian Caribbean countries culture. You love. Thank you. Could you do a collab with Farm Girl? I'll look them up. I don't know them, but I'll look them up. Even like meeting callers, I never knew him, and it was just quite interesting because the first video I saw of callers, I think he was going to Panama with the team. And I think the algorithm kind of pushed that video a lot. I was actually telling him about that today. The algorithm pushed it a lot, and I got it like the notification like 2-3 times. I never clicked on it, but later on when I kept getting the notification, I clicked. And in my mind at first, when I saw the title and all that, I thought like, oh, maybe this, like from the name Colors Smith, I thought, okay, maybe this is an American content creator who's going to create content in Panama with his team or something like that. Then when I clicked on it, and then that's when I came across, and then I was like, oh, he's actually doing an amazing videos. I checked his videos in Panama, and they were all great. And then I started watching him after that time. So yeah, I'll check out Farm Girl Jess now that you've suggested. Jamaicans have ancestors in Congo. Watch Barefoot Lady in Negril. I'm going to check. My dad's ancestors are from Congo. Mostly young guys have a lighter. Yes, Inspire to Elevate is a Kenyan. He says, we don't have lighters in our home, so I really don't know where to press. But I've learned, being here, I've learned how to, start a fire with a lighter. I know how to strike a matchstick though. First time I ever saw fire on the river. Yeah, that was my first experience too. I'm going to try it again. Call in live if you have something, but I'm going through the comments, just trying to ensure I get to read as many comments as possible. Thank you so much, Derek. You love the way I carry myself. I appreciate that. I'm inspired by your videographic and photography skills. Your angles are amazing. Makes me want to watch your content. Thank you so much, Phyllis. I appreciate. Kenya, Nairobi driving is crazy. Inspired to elevate. I know you've been to Jamaica and Kenya. Which ones drive more crazy? Did you try driving in Lagos, Nigeria? Love you, sis. I think I can drive Lagos, Nigeria because they just drive crazy like we drive in Kenya. But not every Kenyan can really drive in Nairobi either. So you have to have driven in Nairobi. And I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to drive. Don't ask me how. I bought my car and used it to drive. I bought it as a birthday gift sometime, and I used my car to learn how to drive. I made all the mistakes. Thank goodness I survived because it could have gone, either way. But yeah, I made mistakes. I got bullied, by all those big buses that when you have that learner sign that will try to bully you. I got that, but I'm so glad. Like right now, I don't think there's anywhere in the world I really can't drive. I consider myself a pretty good driver, like really good driver. I haven't had like crazy incidents and all that, and I'm always alert, and yeah. Hi Albert.
Hi, I don't know what to call you. Is it lean or African tigress?
African tigress is good.
Okay. I enjoy your features, especially I saw how you enjoyed the cooking, the blue water with those is it the gang? I mean the young man that took you to the river where
Collars.
Yeah, colas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that you guys had a really, really great time. The Jamaican environment is very much like African environment where I grew up. And this is part of the reason I like your videos very, very much. Especially, I mean, where you choose to go matters a lot. And I really follow you up and I enjoy your videos. So
thank
I
you so
appreciate.
much, Albert. Where are you from?
I'm Nigerian, but I'm now Canadian. I live in Canada. I've been wanting you to come and experience our winter right now, and you don't want to come.
You hate it that much.
Yeah, I can understand. Come during the summer, okay? When you come right now, if you come, you'll be burdened with winter clothing, shoes, and all that. I'm sure your audience may not enjoy it that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Not forget about the audience. What about me?
Okay.
Yeah, cold environment and me can never be friends.
So that means you can never go visit or try to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, right? Because there's no up
I
there.
can do that temporarily, knowing that once I get to the top, I'm starting to descend to warm environments. That's good, But being somewhere whereby I know, like, I'm stuck in a cold environment, unless I'm indoors, then I don't want.
Okay, I very much would like you to visit visit us here in Canada during the summer, especially in Ottawa, where I live. It's really paradise. So, do you promise to come?
I will come to Canada, but I really don't know. I really
Okay,
don't know. Yeah.
okay, I understand. So,
Mm-hmm.
where is the next direction after the Caribbean? Where do you want to go?
More of the Caribbean.
Oh, more of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So you'll be there for quite a while before leaving the region.
Yeah, I'm going to be here for quite a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was disheartened when you had the problem of from Trinidad. I don't know.
No,
You complained that the
I can't really say it's not the nation, but it's just the airline. Like it's really crazy sometimes when you're traveling as like I've had so much, like so many experiences, like it's really crazy. I try to share as much as possible, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to burden people with so much like of the challenges, because sometimes it's just challenge after challenge after challenge, and this is not a challenge channel. This is like a channel of conquerors. So
it's
like
okay.
it's really crazy.
I do understand, but to force you to buy a ticket back to Kenya before they can allow you to board the flight to Jamaica, that was too much. That was a bit of that
And
was a
I
so,
had
so,
a ticket. My Let me tell you, I had a ticket taking me out of Jamaica, because for most places, for most countries I've been to, all airlines have used different airlines. Even the first time when I used, because it was not my first time using Caribbean Airlines, I used them
mm,
to Trinidad, and it was so easy and smooth. I had a ticket out and that was it. But I really don't know, because it really didn't make any sense for them to ask for a ticket
yeah,
back to Kenya when I have an onward ticket. Because as long as you have a ticket to, take
yeah,
you
out
out of
of
the
the place,
country,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So anyway, they reached out. We are in the process. They gonna sort me. They asked me for the things they needed. They needed, like, reports and all that. I did that, all that. So they reached out. So I'm waiting for them to get to me, and I'm hoping they're going to get me first, my suitcase, because I'm really having a very difficult time to get around. So
Hmm.
they reached out to me. They asked for the photos, and I did send. So I'm hoping that they're going to refund me. Yeah, they did reach out.
Okay, I hope so. I was just thinking, supposing you didn't have the money to buy an onward ticket, so they wouldn't allow you to travel, they wouldn't allow you into the plane. So I was feeling very, very bad how you were treated like that. That was not fair at all.
Yeah, it's
Anyway, I'm happy you made it, and well, it, the how you are enjoying Jamaica now, I think it will overshadow all the bad experience, the disadvantages that you had for the flight to Jamaica. Anyway,
and to think that for the fact and to think that to get around the Caribbean without having to go through America or Central America,
yeah,
the only airline that takes you to most of the destination is the same airline. So
see.
I even have another ticket with them. So I don't know how that's gonna be like, but let me wait and see.
Anyway, I hope they will refund you and rectify the situation for you. That was very, very unfair. And well, when you travel, you are bound to face all these kind of unexpected situations. So
Yeah.
I commend you for your solo adventures. For through you, I got to know a lot of places, how people live, So your choice of videos, in fact, uh, it's it makes a lot of entertainment. So uh, more kudos to you, and yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
And then I was the one that said wondered why yeah your good friend Kia had to leave so soon. It would
uh,
have been
We're gonna meet again because I'm going to be in the region for quite a while. So we're gonna meet, but she has a job, so yeah.
Okay, I understand. Like having a job is no joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much. More grease to your elbow, as we say back in West Africa.
Yeah, thank you
And,
so much.
Yeah, and please make time to visit us here in Canada. I will be your tour guide. If you do, one of these summers, please. Not
All
in the
right.
winter. Yeah. So
In
thank you very
summer.
much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Albert. I appreciate.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
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 Hi, Ike. Your mic is muted. Unmute yourself.
Hi, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing great.
Happy New Year, by the way. I know we haven't touched base this year. How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
great.
I
Living
see
the
you
best.
enjoy the Caribbean.
Oh, I love the trip. It's like, I love how much I love the coast of Kenya. So the
Yes.
Caribbean is basically like a whole big coast of Kenya. So like when I'm here,
Yes.
I'm like,
So the weather, because I think when in Nyanza, the weather is also like, it's kind of,
"E-
because it's
yeah,
very
but
moisture and
we don't have a
humid.
place. Yeah, we don't have a place to go swim. So what I like is the fact that there's lots of places. I love water too. Like I really love water.
I noticed that. I see that. So
Yeah.
I know we talked last year before you. I told you I'm gonna go to Jamaica. I've been there two
Mm-hmm.
times, and you've already traveled
Yeah.
more places than I've been in Jamaica.
Really?
And yeah, I mean, I've only been to Kingston. I don't have many people that could take me places in Kingston
Mm-hmm.
and New Kingston and Kingston downtown and Montego Bay. I literally went all over the place. But
Mm-hmm.
from your experience, really, like you as a Kenyan from Nairobi,
Mm-hmm.
like when you're in the streets of Jamaica, like how you feel, like in Kenya you have to hold your camera, everything's so tight. You gotta be in the city, downtown Nairobi.
Okay.
How is that? Because for me, I was telling them, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like nobody is really. I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong, but maybe the
Hmm.
Jamaicans in the comments might correct me. But so far, I've gone around with my camera. I really haven't had any issues. But what I
Hmm.
can say is like when it gets dark, don't
Hmm.
be in the streets. Like, I mean, even when it's dark, what are you filming in the dark? So like when it gets dark, don't
Hmm.
be in the streets. Like plan your day in the sense that by around 4:30 you are done with your filming, because I think right now I feel like it gets really dark quite early. So
Yes.
probably by around 4 5:30 you should be done. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, like, you can never, anywhere in the world you can never, as some people might get confidence in the dark, like, just like
I
anywhere.
saw you in
So
Philip. Was it in Philippines? Or what country was it? What country did you? And
Philippines,
you're
yeah.
recording in the middle of the night.
but
People are
but
telling you to stay safe.
Yeah, but the area where I was where I was
Uh-huh.
recording, it was like around more SM more, like, there's some areas where you can record at night and you'll be fine. But if you're going to like some places also, you cannot really, like, if I went to some places even in the Philippines, I would not
Hmm.
record at night. So you really have to, I think a
To
lot
be
of
careful.
people, yeah, I think something that a lot of people might really not understand is that as creators, we kind of survey and know our environment. So we
Ah,
kind of know, and even by interacting, even your Airbnb host and the connections that you get, we read your comments and all that. So we take all that into consideration in order to know where to go and where not to go. Like, I mean, there's places I can go even in every country. There's places you can film even at night, and then there's just
yes.
places where you don't want that kind of attention to yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want to salute you, by the way. I never knew how hard it is. You know, people see you traveling, guys, mostly, and you're a female, you're a lady by yourself. People think it's easy. So the first time I went to Montego Bay, I filmed like around 12 a.m. in the night from Harmony Park. I walked
Oh, you've written.
all the way. I was doing a live stream. And people all the Jamaicans in the chat were telling, "Ike, put down the phone, put down your camera, Ike, stop doing it, stop doing it." But I walked all the way actually from, the Harmony Park. You've been there already.
Yeah,
There's a club there's a club, I can't remember, popular club that's there.
Pier 1?
Yes, Pier 1. I walked all the way. I went up, I went down all the way almost because I was staying near the airport. And it was just in the middle. Everybody was like, Ike, hide your camera, hide your phone. And I'm like, if it's where I'm from, like, even at 6 or 7 p.m., you can't do that. And I found it, for me, I found pretty like, I'm not saying people should go do that. But I grew up in Islim, Langokuba. Those are places you can never, even during the day, you have to hide some of the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I find Jamaicans also like most of them, like mostly men, they like camera shy. I don't know whether it's because I'm a dude.
I guess
The
it's because
females,
you're a dude. So for
if
me,
the females don't have a problem, but the guys, they want me to film them.
that is it's the opposite for me. It's the
Mhm.
opposite for me. Like, I think it's just then. I think it's the opposite. You'll have it easy filming
Yeah.
with women than it would be for me to film with women. Most women wouldn't really want to be, but or even approach or easily talk to me.
Oh,
But men will
yeah.
always reach to you. So a man will
Oh, I
try.
think that's what I was getting. Because now me, I'm a guy, and I'm trying to like interview some Jamaican brothers. They're like, no, man, no man, no man, no man. I'm like, come on, man. And then I'm seeing you, you're like, I mean, happily, like, But what I can say, Jamaican people are really nice. Mostly when I tell them I'm from Kenya, like I'm an African, most of them really wanted to, like, they want to know more about Kenya, Africa. And I noticed they know more Nigeria than Kenya because I was sitting in the taxis. I see them just watching Nigeria movies. Like they love Nigeria movies in Jamaica. That's one thing I noticed.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
whether we like it or not, having been in this part of the world, and for most parts of the world, Nigeria is the most popular African country. So whether we like it or not, Nigeria.
And then South Africa.
No, for me, I've not really heard people talk about
No, nobody talks. Yeah.
So okay, South Africa, it depends. Like in Europe, yes, you'll hear more about it. But in this region, when I'm asking people about Africa, the first country they always mention is Nigeria, then Ghana, and then after that they'll mention South Africa and Kenya. But the first two, they are Nigeria and Ghana.
So let me ask something else, because every time I went to Jamaica, I've been there now twice. I went 2022. I fell in love with Jamaica. I'm in love with Jamaica. So last year I went again for my birthday. I'm like, yeah, do I go home or I just went back because because it reminds me of Mombasa. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Kenya, Mombasa. So let me just go to Jamaica. And then of course we have friends there. Now, one thing I noticed is the moment they sense, like in Jamaica, they call you foreign. They say foreign. I'm a foreign man. Then they gotta charge you extra, like if it's a taxi. Because I know from Montego Bay Airport to go to downtown Montego is $200 Jamaican dollars. But the moment they hear my accent, and they actually, some of them used to look me up down. They see what I'm wearing. They say, yeah, they overpriced me. And then I speak to them. I'm like, no, I'm from Kenya. I'm an African man. I know what you're doing. So, bro, I know it's $200. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, it's so. Did you experience anything like that? Getting off? Oh, but you have drivers. You have your VIP.
No, you've not watched my. It simply means you've not watched my videos. Then
No, I watched from the airport.
I've not heard okay, airport getting to Jamaica, yes, but all along I've been using public transport.
Me, I'm assuming these people, they're like, somebody there who's like with you, like you already have.
Okay, so not really. I've been traveling around, and sad to say, but yes, oh my goodness, like I've had, even when I was with my friend, I've had some moments that I've I don't even know, not in a negative way though. Somebody, a distance that they could have actually shown me, 3 minutes drive away, $1,000. 3 minutes.
Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaican, but like that distance is like, you could have just told me 2 blocks down there.
So this is my first experience, right? The first time I landed in Jamaica, you know how much I paid to go to my hotel?
How much?
I paid $20 on the taxi.
That's fair.
Do you know how far it was?
Yeah.
My second time, I walked literally to the hotel. I did a video.
Oh.
I walked to the hotel because it's right. He just made I'm in America, so he just went a roundabout and then another left, and then like just 2 minutes, and it's right there. I paid $20. I was like, bro, this is a highway robbery, man. It's just a walking distance just because you didn't know.
But
and and of course you have experience, you travel, so you know this thing.
That's why, that's why when you're booking your accommodation and all that, if you look in the map, it should be able to tell you the distance from the hotel and all that. And I also always talk to if it's Airbnb, for instance, I always talk to my hosts and ask them how far is the place from the airport. Some Airbnb hosts offer pickup, some offer free pickup, like I've had free pickup and some would charge. So yeah,
these was my first 2 travels. I've never done, I need to start maybe checking on Airbnb and see, because sometimes you hear stories and you're like, man, like, so that was my first experience. So Jamaican brothers and sisters, please, when you hear
you have to pay. You have to pay someone says you have to pay the tax, tourism tax.
By the way, we do that in Kenya too, right? The tourists pay extra.
So let me tell you that. So even when they're doing it here, I'm not really quite like. The only thing that I've come to learn here, and now I have to look out for, is not everything is. So not everyone who comes, like sometimes when you ask somebody for directions or something, they would ask you, they would be like, oh, I can show you. But when they show you 2-3 down 2-3 blocks down the block, they're going to ask you to pay. They're gonna charge you for that, like for asking.
It's a service.
Yes, like just for asking directions, some people are gonna charge you for that. So that's one thing I've learned. But that one of some people overpricing things like taxi and all that, it happens almost everywhere. As long as you don't have the Uber app, for most countries, they're gonna charge you that. The only thing that got me surprised is that someone might offer, like you probably, like you out just doing your thing and all that, and then you filming, and then someone like comes and like they trying to offer something, and then you tell them, oh no, like I'm just going around showing the vlog, and then some people might be like, oh, so where are you from, have you been, and all that, and then they take up the role of take up a
tourist,
role,
tour guide,
tour
tour
guide,
guide.
without you
Uh-huh.
really asking for it or asking them to, they just came to your
Yes.
vlog. And
Uh-huh.
then at the end of the trip, they tell you $100 US dollars.
What?
Yep, yep, happens
Okay,
to
I didn't
me.
experience. I didn't experience that. I didn't experience that because when I was in mostly Montego, I was just mostly I was walking during the day, like because I was literally walking. I
Mm-hmm,
lost like a bit. I was there for 10 days the first time. I
mm-hmm,
lost like about almost 8 pounds there just walking. And this year around, I lost more weight. And
mm-hmm,
because I like to explore, of course, I'm a dude, I'm not going to be so scared.
mm-hmm.
And something else I notice is uh, when you try, let's say, to buy something, like I went to buy the hat, this hat right here, the one I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And the person who was showing me around told me you have to dress down like a Jamaican. So I stopped wearing my Nike, my Jordan and stuff. I start wearing the Crocs, put
Mm-hmm.
socks on and wear the Crocs and shorts
But your
and
accent
just
will
go.
tell you, doesn't matter what you wear. You can't speak like a
Oh,
Jamaican.
yeah. So what they were saying is, oh, he's Jamaican born abroad. Jamaican, like,
Mm-hmm,
and that's what, like, they were. No, he's Jamaican, but he's born abroad. So, but
mm-hmm,
I was dressed down because some of them, they were actually looking down from my shoe.
mm-hmm.
They hear the way I'm talking and then they look at my shoes. Like this guy is like, he's
Yeah, but
dressed down like us.
Yeah, but while at it, when you're talking about all this, let's also mention and let me give a shout out to Jermaine, the guy who showed me around on the first day. There's some
Mhm.
people that will just like show you around and really not expecting anything in return. But I
Anything.
believe like
True.
yeah, but I
So
also
true.
believe like as a decent human, you should, get a way to appreciate people. Because I mean, if someone takes time off their work schedule, to show you
Yes.
around and like I don't know, my first episode in Kingston when I was with Jermaine, he really did an
Hmm.
amazing job. He showed so if someone really does goes all their way to show you around, you should like really, you know, be,
Yes.
I
Actually,
call it
the
being a decent human. But then there's people like the one if someone shows me around and all that,
mhm.
it's fine. But the hardest was like for direction. And
Mm. They want to get something out of you,
yeah,
and that's everywhere. So
yeah,
is it okay? Can I give shout out to two of my friends who like really showed me around in Jamaica and they introduced me to Jamaica?
okay.
And one of them is called Latoya Dali. She's a YouTuber, growth streamer. She's in Montego Bay, actually.
Mm-hmm,
She showed me most of the like. She even took me to the hood where she used to live, and most of the places, like and she didn't actually never even ask me for anything, but definitely you have to appreciate because they're
mm-hmm,
taking their time. They have kids. They take their time to actually show you around, and
mm-hmm,
what you're saying is true. And then
mm-hmm,
in Kingston, I want to give out a shout out to Genius Diamond. Also,
mm-hmm,
she's like a very good friend of mine, Genius Diamond. So we went to Kingston and she had a friend of hers with a taxi to take me around all Kingston and everything. You meet good people like that, You just like mixing with the Moffat, whole lot of nice Jamaican people. And then
mm-hmm,
I had like over 20 Jamaicans, YouTubers link up with me at Harmony Park. And they all brought me, gifts. And, it was just some wonderful, nice Jamaican people. It was a big event. They all came and we ate together and they brought me, they're making fun. EK, we need you to breathe, baby. Kenyan baby in Jamaica.
that's
It was
that's
so funny. So they're so nice people. They like, it's not what everybody
okay.
like,
Oh, you are
yeah.
breaking. You're breaking. You broke a little bit, but it's okay. I think we heard you. You're glitching. Okay, someone says people are hunting for the USD. Yeah, I didn't experience. Okay, I guess then that's a thing that happens in Montego Bay or tourist places. Um, but yeah, I didn't have that in Kingston. So probably in most of maybe in that's a thing in Montego Bay. Yeah, in Kingston, like Gillian says, in Kingston I didn't. Maybe that's why. I mean, Jermaine never asked me for anything. You know, he was just like one of the nicest person, and I can't wait to go back to Kingston and see Jermaine. He's a gem.
So
He's
let's
like
say,
a very nice,
let's
sweet person.
like the one in Kingston, yeah. The lady took her man to show me around and drive me to Portsmouth, drive me everywhere. They were not asking me for money, but of course I'm from
You
Kenya
can
and smart.
fuel the yeah. You can
I
also fuel
saw
the
I
car.
saw him fuel. I saw him fuel $3,000. You know what? I saw him fuel $3,000, and I'm considering the whole. Maybe it's a taxi. He's taking his time off. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be so like, I don't know how to put it for you not to appreciate, because this lady asked her man
Mm-hmm.
not to go to work like almost the whole afternoon to drive me around. So it's only smart to give something back. You know what I'm saying?
All right, all right. Yeah, that's smart. So, yeah, Ike, we
What I
wanted
wanted to
to.
say, we have, okay, hold on. Mhm.
Okay, no, it's okay.
Okay.
Finish up, and then we're gonna hear from Afro Jamaican.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is Jamaica are really like nice people. Kingston, I know all people, a lot of people say, oh, when you go to Kingston, don't do this. I was walking in the market there. I was like, my friends were holding their cell phones and their handbags, ringing them like this. I'm like, you would never do that in my city. Just walking in the like Gikomba, you're
Which
swinging
city?
your phone and they're,
Which city? Which city do you come from in the U.S.? Are you talking
I'm in
about
tech.
Nairobi?
No, I'm talking back home, Nairobi.
Leave us alone, no. Leave us alone.
I
Ike,
Gikomba,
disagree.
have a
Gikomba.
good have a good night.
Gikomba.
I have a good night, Ike. You have never been in Kenya for 18 years.
No,
20
in
something
Gikomba you
years.
can walk like that.
Who
But what
lied?
I'm saying,
No,
what
no,
I'm
no, that's
giving
an example.
credit.
No, no, no,
Not
no.
true.
Gikomba is not that bad. No, Gikomba is not that bad. Do you know I made my first million in Gikomba? So don't
What?
talk about Gikomba like that.
Doing what in
Don't
Italy in
worry.
Gikomba?
I made my first million in Gikomba, so don't talk about Gikomba like that. That place one day when I'll tell my story, you'll be surprised. My first
Um,
million. Gikomba bought me my first car, so don't even talk about it. So
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 you can
so I
Gikomba
don't
6
agree.
a.m., 7 a.m. You're walking with your cell phone.
EK,
Gikomba is nice. Gikomba is
Yeah.
nice.
I walk around Nairobi with my cell phone and I don't worry about nothing. I went to River Road with my cell phone and I wasn't, everybody said don't go. And I went and nothing happened. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. Things can happen
So
anywhere.
it's the same experience when I went to Kingston. All my community Jamaica said, Ike, don't go to Kingston downtown. Don't go to Kingston. Don't go to. And I went there and I'm like, Kingston is not as well people are saying. You know what I'm saying?
Downtown and River Road area to me was almost the same. Now, granted, I haven't been in Jamaica for more like maybe 10 years. So I know more about Jamaica now watching African Tigress downtown. Downtown looks very different from when I was in Jamaica. But the Jamaica I left looked like River Road. And honestly, I had a Jamaican tag on my shoulder. Everybody give me love in that place in Nairobi. Everybody. They know you're Jamaican, you're getting love. So I'm so happy to see both of you guys went to Jamaica and get that kind of love. So it makes me feel good. African Tigress, I feel so good seeing that you're getting treated good, man. I'm love that.
Oh, that's really lovely. Afro Jamaican. You are in Kenya right now, yeah?
No. I'm in Canada. I live in Canada. I'm going to Kenya in a few months for me and my wife. I'm gonna take my wife there. She's gonna go there and see if she's somewhere she can live. And if she give it the blessing, then yeah, I'm heading to Kenya. I'm moving to Kenya.
Are you the one who bought some property in Kenya?
Yeah, man, me same one. I'm the one that you gave your sister information to, and your sister has been very helpful.
Oh, so my sister is your lawyer.
That is correct. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's lovely. My sister told me that you've also given him a lot of other clients, Jamaicans.
Because of me, a lot of Jamaicans now own land in Kenya. Yeah, a lot
through my lawyer sister.
Yep.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so
okay.
You know, we're coming together as a people. I love that. I love that 100%. So again, seeing that you are in Jamaica make me feel good 100%, and I love that you're enjoying yourself. I'll talk to you after here. I want your real honest opinion on the food, but that's another story. I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
But food where in Jamaica?
Yeah. Oh, you're really loving the food in Jamaica, because I'll be honest, the Kenyan food is not the Swahili food is awesome.
Yes,
but the Kenyan food is too bland. You know, Jamaica.
I know, but that's what I said. That's what I said. I'm a very honest person. I know people will come at me, but as Kenyans, we love our bland food and we think it's the best. But the moment you travel out of the country and experience other people's food and how they make it, the process and all the spices and everything they add, that's when I come to realize no wonder these people feel like our food is bland. But give me this spicy food and give me Kenyan food. I'll go to Kenyan food because my palate is already used to that. But for someone who is used to food with spices and a lot of additions in it, you'll definitely feel like Kenyan food is so bland. So like ugali is so bland because sometimes you cook ugali and people think like you have to take ugali and eat it as it is. And sometimes you cook ugali and people like you give them ugali, sukuma wiki, and eggs. That's like a very nice, delicious food in Kenya. But you give it to people here, they'll be like, "Oh, it's the sauce." But for us in Kenya, like, yo, that's good food. So like, I really never understood why people had issues with Kenyan food until we travel. But today I cook some Kenyan food for Jamaicans because we cook bananas better than you do. Matoke. So I cooked matoke today, and people are fighting over the pot because you guys just boil it.
That is correct.
We cook it different. Yes. So I cooked banana today, and people were fighting over it. They really loved it. So yeah.
I bring in my Scotch bonnet pepper seeds. I bring in everything I need. I'm bringing it to plant there. Everything I need, I bring it to plant in Kenya. So I can get it from maybe Tanzania. Have some of those things too. But yeah, no. Listen, the I didn't like the ugali. Skuma wiki, I can eat it 7 days a week. Skuma wiki, I can eat it 7 days a week.
That's its name actually. Skuma wiki means push the week. So you have to eat it every week.
Actually, that's a meal for when we don't have enough money. You can buy meat and stuff like that, you know. So it's just to survive the week, like dumplings. A lot of people make dumplings. I tried dumplings. I couldn't eat dumplings. Like you didn't like ugali. I couldn't, like literally in Jamaica, I couldn't eat anything else except jack chicken, salad, and we say curry goats and beans. You Jamaicans, they keep telling me, no, it's not beans, it's peas. I said, no, this is beans. They said, no, it's peas.
I had the same confusion in my last live stream. I was doing the stream and we were ordering food in a restaurant.
Yeah, I was there.
And I kept saying, people saying rice and peas, but I'm looking at my plate and I'm seeing beans. So
they said, no, it's peas.
Why are you telling me it's rice and peas? I'm seeing beans. But then they told me, yes, it's beans, but they call it rice and peas because peas are round.
They say peas.
Yeah, so I struggled.
And then I had to change how we say curry goats.
Because we call it goat curry.
Goat curry.
Then in Jamaica, they say curry goat.
Curry. So I kept telling, like, okay, this is how we say it in the peas and everything. It was interesting, man. It's just, but I had a hard time also eating ackee and saltfish.
You guys went out alone, and you left me behind. Okay, go ahead.
Have you tried the ackee and saltfish and dumplings?
I've tried ackee. Dumplings are quite heavy for me. I've tasted dumplings, but it's not my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see the same thing. He said he didn't like ugali. So for me also the dumpling, I couldn't do it. And ackee was too hard for me. Actually, I was like literally, and he was in a very nice restaurant. He really like kind of messed me up for a couple of days. So I didn't really like. So in every culture, you experience different foods, and now African tigers in Kenya, we have so many tribes, and every tribe have their own like Kikuyus have githeri. In the Nyanza, they have fish and stuff. You come to like my mom's side, northeastern, we like a lot of pilau, biryani, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They like different tribes have like Maasai's and meats, and so there's like varieties, but we have never even. I'm sure even you've never tasted of all the Kenyan culture.
I haven't tasted all the Kenyan
Yes.
food,
So we have different because we are like over 44 tribes, right? Is it 44 tribes?
44,
and they all have their own meal.
We were 42, then we added the Indians. And Makonde people of Mozambique. So we now.
Oh, Makonde also?
Yeah, we added Makonde people, and I also think we added I think we're 45 by now. We added the Shona of Zimbabwe.
Oh, no way. So now you see, so people know only.
Hold on, EK, let's hear from Afro.
I'm trying to get them to add the descendants of the kidnapped and enslaved Africans as a tribe. I'm pushing. Like, that is my thing. I am pushing every African government I can. That is my thing, because we're ready to come home. We want at least the right to come home, and so we're pushing that. We're hoping to get one of that. One Love. Her sister is the lawyer. So if I ask her.
Yeah, someone is asking One Love, who is the number of the lawyer for the land? My sister, she's an attorney, so she would be able to. She has helped you, and I know she's helped you, but I've never interacted or talked to you before. I only thought it was you because she mentioned, but she asked me if I knew you, but I was like, oh, I there's a Jamaican that I'm working on, but I did share the number, one time, but then we never talked again. So I really didn't know if you actually followed with the process. And then I don't discuss a lot about her work, but once in a while we talk, and then like when I visit, we talk, and then she told me, there's that Jamaican guy that you gave me. You also, I don't know, brought 2 ladies, and I don't know who and who and who.
Quite a few
people have bought some property in Kenya. I saw someone asking, what's the cost of property in Kenya? How much did you get your property for in Kenya?
The cheapest piece of land I got was in a place called Boalala, which is in Malindi. And it was like $1,200 US for a plot, 50 by 100. That was the cheapest piece, And then I've gotten some for like $1 million shillings, which is like $10,000 at the time. Closer to Nairobi, but so it all depends.
What's the name of the place close to Nairobi?
I'm in Naivasha, actually. I bought land in Naivasha.
Oh, you bought land in Naivasha.
Wow, that's a nice
Naivasha, where it's going to be 3 hours. I'm an hour from Nairobi. I'm closer to Maimahu. I'm closer to
Maimahu. Yeah. I feel embarrassed. You have property in Kenya that don't have one yet.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Listen, man. Listen. No matter, and this go for anybody. No matter, if you have this color skin.
I feel so embarrassed. I don't have any property in Kenya.
If you have this color skin, keep your passport. No matter where in the world you are, keep a second passport and invest in some country that people look like you. My recommendation.
I really don't think EK has a Kenyan passport. Let's be honest.
No, I don't. I have a US passport. But since you know my story though, and when I was telling you about
when you visit Kenya, you can apply and get a passport.
They denied, they refused. I have to go and do some paperwork for them to actually, let me have a Kenyan passport.
You're making excuses.
I can kind of understand, because EK comes from the north of Kenya. And some people might mistake you for Somali.
Exactly.
And Somalis always have a problem. Some Somalis would say they're Kenyan so that they can get Kenyan passport. So for most times, the duration that it takes even a Kenyan Somali to get a passport compared to other Kenyans, Somalis take even over 1 year before they get their passport, but other Kenyans can get it for
Do you know the last experience I had when I went to
I
Kenya?
understand, but don't give up on
they
it. Don't give up on
they
it.
said they had to call somebody to speak to me in my like dad's language to confirm I'm actually a Kenyan and not Somali. With
They make a suggestion.
It was so bad. I was like, man, I'm a Kenyan. Here's my national ID. They're like, no, maybe you bought the ID too. So I'm like, man, all right. It
What
was.
state are you in? What state are you in?
I'm in Texas.
Okay.
Mhm.
Reach out to the embassy in LA if you can. They will
Yeah.
I mean, Big Ted, the ambassador, he will assist.
Oh, Big Ted? Big Ted became an ambassador?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Big Ted? Even you didn't know. Big Ted is an ambassador?
Listen, man.
What?
Listen. Kenyan embassy
This guy.
have mobile units that go all over America sometimes to help Kenyans who can't come to the embassies. So you need to follow up.
Big Ted?
Listen. You need to follow up. You need to follow up. Don't give up the passport. That's all I can say to you.
Wow. You know, you said Big Ted. You know, Big Ed, we used to be with Big Ted in Buruburu. We used to do party.
Google ambassador in Los Angeles for Kenya. You'll see. Let's see if we're talking the same Big Ted.
No wonder he's not in the limelight these days because he's in.
Man, interesting. I need to check that out.
Entertainment field, I think.
Yeah, he used to be. I remember that Pastor Wale had a ministry. He used to be in charge of entertainment and became into music, and then went to during President Uhuru. He was like, one of the guys in there. It's amazing. You know, a whole lot of. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed, man.
Listen,
and even have land property in Kenya, man. No,
I have talked to my Kenyan friends every day, and sometimes I ask them, they go, "How do you know that?" I don't know that. I'm like, don't you listen to the news?
Hola, no, sir, me.
Bro, trust me, man.
No, let me respond to this. Someone says Jamaicans do not eat ugali. We feed that to dogs. That's the truth. We also don't eat dumplings. Yeah. So it's not like really a bad thing. It's just about palate.
We also didn't eat what? You said something. We don't eat what?
Dumplings.
Ugali. It's a texture thing.
Yeah, we don't eat dumpling either. We don't eat dumpling.
Yeah, I love dumpling. I just can't eat ugali. Like I can't do it. So it's cultural too, right? And their palate. So there's no need to talk about dog eating it.
It's the staple food.
You can go to a restaurant here in Toronto and buy something called polenta. Spend $70-$80 on a plate. And you know what that is? That is what we call turncow meal in Jamaica. That's what we feed dog. The same thing. But here in a high-end restaurant, you could pay $70 to $100 for a plate of polenta. So it just depends. So I don't know why that person feels they have to talk about that.
Yeah. It's just cultural differences.
Have you been to Port Royal?
Oh no, I'm planning. That's in Kingston.
Yeah.
When I go to Kingston, I'm definitely going to check Port Royal and play something.
And if you have a chance, there's a YouTuber named Irina. She's Ukrainian. She left the Ukraine and she moved to Jamaica. She's been there maybe 9 years now. Good interview.
She's in Port Royal?
No, she's in Kingston now. Jamaica with Irie is her YouTube channel. And she moved from the Ukraine to Jamaica. And trust me, that woman when I said love Jamaica as the first foreigner I see that truly love another country like that. Like she loves Jamaica to the max. So it's probably somebody, if you want to, interview somebody who moved to Jamaica.
I think I've come across her channel when I was checking on Jamaica. Some of the videos I saw was Jamaica with Irie. That's Irina.
That's her.
And she was talking about the person who invented, I don't know, the washing machine.
Versus,
yes. So I saw that video, like trying to say trying to say that was that Sam Sharp?
Yes, Sam Sharp.
Sam Sharp, but Americans claim him as someone else.
Well, because of her, I think Jamaicans found a new pride in the passport because she did a whole show as to how many countries the Jamaican passport can go to without a visa. Is the mentality in Jamaica, unfortunately, is if you can't go to America, Canada, and the UK, your life is over. And she kind of opened up the world to show them that, listen, there are other places in the world you can go to with that passport, and be treated very well. So definitely, I think it's somebody worth interviewing if you have the time.
Yeah, all right. Let me give a shout out. Thank you. Welcome, Lucy. June, have a good night. Yeah, I see that, but I can also try to look at it and understand it from a different perspective of a Jamaican who might not feel like they can go to other countries. And I can say it's because of it becomes more expensive. Let me tell you, for instance, right now, if I want to go to Kenya, the cheapest way would have been for me to take JetBlue from Montego Bay to New York, then Kenya Airways straight to Kenya. And even when I was coming to the Caribbean, I wanted to come to Jamaica first. But it was really crazy and expensive because the cheapest I would have gotten Kenya Airways for 66,000, which would probably be $500. I would have taken Kenya Airways from Nairobi to New York, then JetBlue from New York to Montego Bay. But because that's not possible, I spent like $700 to London. And then when I was in London, I had to figure out which of the Caribbean islands is easy and most affordable to visit. So luckily enough, I found there was a flight with North Atlantic, and it was their inaugural flight. It was really cheap to Barbados. I only paid $265 because I had a bag to check in. People who don't have a bag to check in, it was $225 for 8 hours. Remember, I'm flying 8 hours from Kenya to London, and I paid almost $700. But from US dollars, that is. From London to Barbados, I only paid probably about $265. So that's the difference. So I'm trying to think about it. And one thing that I really thought happens here, I thought like when you are in the Caribbean, it's easy to hop from one island to the other. No. My goodness, it's not that easy. You see, when I was in Asia, you find like probably flights going to the next island, you find like they have even 10 flights per day. Air Asia, for instance, it has 10 flights to the next island. So you can select, you want an early morning, day, mid, like all the time.
We don't have the population.
I was so surprised. There's only one flight per day, and some places, like there's no flight, for instance, from Port of Spain to Montego Bay. There's only one flight from Port of Spain, a direct one to Kingston, and it's also en route to Barbados. So I thought like traveling within the Caribbean was so easy, but until you get here, and if you don't have a US transit visa, you're going to pay more. If you have a US visa, then you can transit Miami. Flights, American Airlines is the cheapest traveling the airline because it picks you from where you are, gathers everyone in Miami, then takes you to the destination you want. American Airlines and Copa. And Copa, as a Kenyan, you can't transit Panama. So like you are only stuck with Caribbean Airlines. Like even me getting out of Jamaica, the only option I have, despite having a terrible experience with Caribbean Airlines, I don't have any option. If I'm going to other islands, the only option I have, I can't choose Copa, I can't choose America. I only have Caribbean Airlines.
Wow. Well, you know, this is why we really do need to work together and find an airline, because Airpeace did it, you know. Airpeace flew from Lagos to Montego Bay nonstop. It was like an 8-hour flight.
2020, yeah.
It wasn't a long flight. So, but I think the Prime Minister of Barbados is working on something. So I think Barbados might end up being our transshipment hub, where the flights from Africa will come there and then you fly from there. But I don't know when that's going to happen. But that's sad to hear, because I was just going to say there's this Jamaican couple who moved to the Gambia, and they flew, I think they flew Jamaica to like Panama somewhere. Like it took them a while.
Oh, so, yes. Jamaicans can transit Panama, but I think only about 5 African countries like Seychelles, Mauritius, South Africa, I think Botswana. I don't know. Only 5 African countries can transit Panama. But yes, the only way. So like for me right now, if I want to go back to Africa, do you know how I will fly? Wherever I will be, I'll have to find a way to get to Brazil. And unfortunately, most of the Caribbean islands don't have flights to Brazil. So I'll have to go through Panama, and I don't have a transit visa to Panama. So I really don't know. But whatever it is, I need to find myself to Brazil. Then from Brazil,
you can go Jamaica to the UK though.
Then to Brazil?
No, Jamaica, UK, Africa.
But I want to visit Brazil as well.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah. You might,
because I want to visit Brazil, and then South African Airways has a flight from South Africa to Brazil. Then I can go to South Africa, and then from South Africa to Kenya. And recently, Kenya Airways and South African Airways got into a partnership, so you can now book a direct flight with Kenya Airways that will take you Kenya Airways to South Africa. Then South African Airways will take you from South Africa to Brazil. So it's so complicated and expensive traveling with an African passport
and Caribbean passport too. But I think this was all by design. It was not coincidence.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's all by design, because it feels like you have to transit every time, even if you want to go to Carousel from Jamaica, you're gonna go to Kingston if there's no flight, or you have to transit, go through US somewhere, it's like you've literally been, what you said is by design. That's what I think.
I think it's done so we don't really mix with each other. The people in Africa don't mix with the people in the West, the black people. I don't want to turn your life into a political thing, but
actually the thing is, a lot of Jamaicans can go to Kenya without a visa. They don't need a visa to go to Kenya, to fly to Kenya, right?
Yeah,
but they have to transit somewhere. That's the problem. You transit through the US, they might not give you that visa. It's just, that's what you're saying, by design.
Yeah, and talking about that, let me respond to this person who says Kenya doesn't make it easy for the diaspora to live permanently in Kenya. I feel like maybe you really don't have the correct information. And
it's not easy.
Okay, you can reach out to me on my socials. I can connect with you to my sister, because I trust. She's a lawyer, so I can connect you, so you'll be able to get the correct information and know how to go through the legal process. I feel like Kenya has one of the easiest ways for the diaspora to live in Africa.
It's actually true, though.
No, it's not easy. Listen to me. I am trying to move there as an investor, okay? And if you don't have $100,000 to transfer over to Kenya, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that work permit. If you get the work permit, something shady happened. Yeah, trust me. I am going through hell. So you can go there to visit. You can go there if you have.
But what if you apply as a permanent resident? If you are above 35, okay? Do you know this the K visa, the Kenyan K visa? Whereby if you are above 35 years old, and for instance, if you're above 35 years old, you can get as long as you're making over $2,000 per month, US dollars.
Outside of Kenya.
Outside of Kenya.
Right. So that's a retiree. That's a retiree visa. So for somebody like me who is not ready to retire and is going to do business. Now remember, I own businesses in Kenya. I have companies in Kenya I can't work for. So
but
it's not easy.
Okay. But these industries, it depends on the industry where you are going to set up, because there's industries that a lot of Chinese are really taking advantage of. I'm going to research, because I've done my research about this before.
Research. You watch my channel and see what I've been going through. It ain't easy. For me to transfer that $100,000 to a Kenyan bank account is going to cost me $13,000 in fees. And that's where I draw the line. I'm like,
who's charging you that money? Is it Kenya?
No, this is just to transfer the money from Canada to Kenya.
So it's Canada taking the money.
But my point is this. If it's not benefiting Kenya, why demanding me transfer $100,000 into the... Let me leave my money where it is, and when I need my money to invest in my business, I take it and spend it as I need to. Listen, man, it is not easy. My company in Kenya is making money, earning a living, but I can never work for that company. Trust me.
Let me research this about someone that I know that actually has made it possible. Then I'm gonna give you feedback, because I'm gonna research about this.
Do.
And I don't think the person had to go through all that process to work or set up a company in Kenya. But I'm going
setting up a company is easy. I can open 10 companies online in Kenya. It's not a business. It's not a problem. That's how I own my land. As a foreigner, I cannot own land in Kenya. But as a Kenyan company, my company owns the land.
Who told you as a foreigner you can't own?
I can own lease land. I don't want lease land.
Yes, I mean, even me as a Kenyan, some parts of Kenya I can't own freehold land. So for you to own,
as a foreigner, I can't own freehold land anywhere in Kenya.
And you're buying this land through, but you know, even if you own this land, it's 100 years.
I know it's a silly argument.
Okay. Compare it to Tanzania. Tanzania is 33 years.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah, and Kenya is 100 years. And when it's 95 years, if it's your children, your grandchildren, whoever will be in the property, they will be given the first priority
to renew. I understand all of that.
Listen, it's nice.
I understand all of that. I understand all of that. And owning the land in Kenya is not an issue. It's fairly easy to do. The issue is when you want to operate your own business in Kenya. The Chinese can do it because they're multinational. So it's nothing for them to pay. They'll pay $20,000 in fees and don't care. But me as a little single person, I can't afford to take a $13,000 haircut. And if the money was going directly to the government of Kenya, I would have paid it. I would have paid. If the government of Kenya says the fee is $13,000 to get a work permit for Kenya, I would have paid it and not complained. But it's going to some international colonizer company. No, I have an issue with that.
Where's the money going to? When you pay that money, where is it going to?
SWIFT, the SWIFT banking system. Yeah.
Okay, so does that mean, what if you transfer that money in batches? You don't have to transfer it in one.
That's my thing. But so if I transfer money, because I use my M-Pesa all the time, and I put money in my M-Pesa. The issue is, if I transfer that money, if I convert the money into shillings and then transfer it, I don't get taxed as much, but I'm losing off the conversion right away as well. So any way you take it, you're taking a hit. So I have to find another way, and I will. I'm not giving up. I love Kenya. Not giving up.
Don't give up. And I'm going to join forces to help you find it more accommodating for you. I'm going to help you do some research and also talk to some people who are already there. But you know the easiest way, though, you can do it? If you do it through residency, after 7 years, you become citizen.
I know, but I have a wife and kids, so I can't. Some people can pack up and just move right away.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that. I'm a business person. I have to set up myself so when I come, I don't have to worry about those things. Immigration. I see people move to Africa and every 90 days they got to leave country. Some countries telling them to go back to their country of origin and then they can come back. I don't want to go through that. I'm not that person. I'm an old man now. I have gray hair. Well, used to.
We can't see it.
I used to. So I don't want to. I don't want to worry about immigration for a year or 2 years, right? I want to focus on business. So I have one business that have employees and it's working, it's operating. The other business, which is my passion, is the one that they're giving me some kind of issue with. And believe me, if you're not careful, you will get. Anyways, you know what I was going to say next.
Yes, I know.
I won't say anything else.
Hash, bro, hash.
But listen, when I look at the land I own near Mount Longonot, and I see the view I'm going to see every morning when I wake up, it's worth it. It's worth the stress.
Though, let me ask you, have you thought of investing in Jamaica? But before you answer that, let me respond to this. Yeah, Sam Sharp. It's not Sam Sharp, it was Paul Bogle. Sam Sharp, it was Paul Bogle. Thank you so much for the correction to everybody who's corrected me in the comments. So do you own anything in Jamaica?
My family does, but I'll tell you why I don't own anything in Jamaica. My wife and I registered for this place called Shooter's Hill, near Helsha. This is up near Helsha Beach.
Portmore,
right?
Yeah.
So we got the application form and I'm filling it out, and it was going to be something like 270,000 US, something like that. And then I'm looking at Kenya and see what 270,000 US can get me in Kenya. So in Jamaica, we'll get me a 2-bedroom house, a small 2-bedroom house. You know what $270,000 can get me in Nairobi, like in an apartment? I can get a 4-bedroom luxury apartment in an amazing building for under $120,000 US. I couldn't spend the money in Jamaica. Jamaica is too expensive. I am not rich enough to invest in Jamaica, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
I was gonna bring that up about Jamaica before we started. Jamaica is extremely expensive, for sure.
Yeah.
Like extremely expensive. Like, yeah, you're right.
In Jamaica for like $300,000. In Kenya, I can get a mansion for that. So,
so true.
I love my country. My parents are still there. I love it. I cannot afford it.
Okay, I guess it's because of the tourism and all that. Let me also quickly ask a question. Andy Worrell, which airline should I check for a direct flight from Barbados to Brazil without having to transit anywhere? Then that would be a nice route for me. Oh my goodness. I need to get a second passport. So I'm gonna work for a second passport, to be honest. Like
international passport. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna work for a better and stronger passport. I love what I post all the time on my socials, and thanks to everybody who follows me on Facebook, because I have an amazing audience on Facebook. They're always following me, and we are soon reaching 100,000 on Facebook. Yeah, yeah. So it's an achievement for me. And I always say, like, I'm trying to see as much of the world with my weak African Kenyan passport. And people are like, oh, when you're saying your passport is weak, you are putting your country down. No, it's not. I'm not putting my country down. When I say Kenyan passport is weak, I just mean, like, there's so much. I've never shared about my deportation journey. I've been deported while traveling. I've never talked about it on my YouTube channel. And the only reason I got deported is because I'm Kenyan. I've never talked about it on this YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not even going to mention, I'm not even going to talk about it yet, but I'll definitely talk about it. No crime, no nothing, but I got deported. But some people are like, oh, don't say like your passport is weak and all that. I got deported for just being a Kenyan. And like the way I got treated, the place I was kept, the room I was kept, is like you're a criminal. They kept me in this room as if I'm a criminal. They put me, it's like being put in a cell. Dirty place, you can't go anywhere for 17 plus hours. And when they were deporting me, they put me, like, you get escorted to the plane with a police officer.
No.
What?
Yeah, so everybody knows. Like, everybody, you'll be the first one to board the plane. You'll be the
first like a criminal.
No, for me, I was like, oh, amazing. I have security today. So, like, it's always
different. Yeah, VIP boarding the plane first.
I felt like VIP myself. I was like, oh, I'm like VIP.
Wow.
I'm playing with security today. And unlike most of the time where I'm struggling to even get a space to put my carry-on, today I'm the first to board the plane. And I'm going to have a place to put my carry-on. So it depends, like they say, when it's raining, you can wear boots and dance in the rain, or stay indoors and whine about it. So I choose to wear boots and dance in the rain. So I was like, okay, it's a beautiful thing. At least I don't have to queue. So I was boarded the first person in the plane. I'm going to talk about it at some points, but I'm still recovering.
No way. So and you're laughing about it. And people don't know the challenges you go through when you're traveling as a vlogger.
And nobody will refund you the money that you had paid for the ticket. Like, that is gone. That is it. It's gone.
I'm sorry you experienced that, man. It's crazy.
And it's just because I have an African passport, and a lot of times when people see us Africans, they think we're trying to immigrate. They look at us like we're trying to immigrate.
Yeah,
some of the people who the way they treat you, and you're trying to talk to people, trying to explain, they look at you like in very weird and funny ways, and like you look at like you could actually employ them, they look at you as if you're poor, but you could actually employ these people and pay them the amount of money,
You know what I think is funny is that they don't understand. When you see someone with a big house in Africa, they own that. There's no mortgage on the house.
There's no mortgage. There's
no
no
mortgage
debt.
on that
There's
house.
no debt. It's paid off.
That car
You
is
build.
their car. That car is 99% is their car. There's no.
Let's
There's
say,
no
for
farmers on
instance,
that car. But
I mean, we build by
though.
cash, slowly by until you complete your. You know what I'm saying?
Is what the media tells them, though. Is what the media tells them. They believe they have a certain mindset of Africans, and unfortunately, until they go there and see it for themselves, they're not gonna understand. But all the people I know in Kenya that live in big houses, they own those houses. If the longest mortgage I've seen is like 3 years, and that's zero interest. Them just want you pay the cash and they give you an installment and you pay it and you're gone. Like, so I mean, they probably do have mortgages there, but everybody I see, less than 3 years they pay off for the house.
So like me, because of the same concept, when I bought this house I live in, we always save in advance. Like I don't pay. I paid off this house. They're like, oh, you paid, like, what? You're gonna pay it all that? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay it off. I don't want to be because you realize when you're in debt, you're making them more money. You have 7% interest, 9% interest.
Over 30
you keep
years.
paying your requirement, like, you'll end up owning like double the homes, So just, I just came here in the US with the same mentality when I was in Kenya. Don't try to aim higher than you can. Just, build your thing. I need 4-bedroom house. That's all I need. Work hard, save money, double shift, do what I gotta do. Save. Don't
You're
get
the exception. You're
expensive.
not the rule. Yeah.
Let me
Don't
ask
get
you though.
expensive.
No, I understand where you're talking from. Talking point, but I'm trying to understand Afro Jamaican. When you talk about owning property being so expensive in Jamaica, which part was it?
This was in Portmore, Shooters Hill.
Shooters Hill. Is it like a high-end place or something?
No, it's a government. I think it was like a government housing scheme. It wasn't expensive. It wasn't like a big expensive area. It's not like I wanted to go to Richmond, a gated community, and live. It wasn't anything like that. And I don't know. I don't know how the Jamaicans afford. Well, the Jamaicans afford it because they have NHT, which is something similar to what Ruta is trying to do in Kenya. That's why when I hear Kenyan crying, I'm like, yo, it works in Jamaica very well. But
what?
That's the story. The housing program that Ruta is trying to implement in Kenya, Jamaica has it.
Please don't talk about the president right now. We have mixed feelings there. Don't talk about it. Yeah, we're talking about the housing. You see, about this housing program, we have to also talk about how much money is being swindled, how much money is benefiting him.
I
and
understand.
his friends.
I am telling you.
So
okay, I understand. But what I'm saying,
I'm not against the president of Kenya or anything, but I don't even think. Okay, I don't even want to go to politics because I can be political before doing content. Actually, what a lot of people might really not understand. I was actually in the youth senate, so a lot of people might not understand while I was at university.
I think I knew that.
Yeah, so I used to work in and right now I could actually have been like most of my friends and the people I work with when I was in school. They are like some of the youngest politicians that you see in Kenya. I don't want to mention their names. Some of the youngest politicians. Those are like people that I know, like I could, But I just decided I don't want to live up to a certain image, and I just decided to go this route for now. Who knows? Maybe later in future I might decide to go into the political sphere and try to tune things. But like from my friends that I have seen who've gone there, I don't know what happens with politics. These people, when they get to power, they change, and you're like, this is not the same person that I know. Like, is there something that happens in parliament that makes these people change? So, like, I really don't. I don't want to be that. So money, I really don't know, because people, I've had friends who fundraised, gotten them, campaigned and everything for them, and then they just change, and you don't
totally.
And so I really, at this point, African Tigress is not political for now.
I hear you. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up. I'm just saying the Jamaican National Housing Trust work very well. My parents are poor. and they would have never been able to afford a house in Jamaica without the NHT. So I'm saying, and Jamaicans are even commenting in the comments, it works. It works for us in Jamaica. I don't know if it works in other countries, but it works for us in Jamaica.
All right, we'll say that.
Somebody says, hold on, somebody says something here, guys. There is a place right above. It's up in the hills of Helsha. I'm 99% sure it was called Shooters Hill. 99% sure, not the one where JBC used to broadcast from, not that one. And somebody said, I'm poor and I want to live on the beach in Jamaica. No, I don't want to live on the beach in Jamaica. Yo, the comments are mean sometimes, eh?
Someone says you can fly from Panama to Brazil. We did it on our way to from Jamaica to Tanzania. No, Kenyans cannot go through Panama. Kenyans cannot go through Panama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kenyans can go through Panama. So as a Kenyan, you either go through England. I think Spain recently put restrictions for Kenyans, but either Panama, I think, or if you get a connecting flight through Amsterdam and the layover, there's a limitation to the time of the layover, or go. I really don't know, but just plan yourself with at about $4,000 for a one-way ticket, because it's not as easy as it is.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh man, it's really crazy. Don't.
So can we let's talk Jamaica again a little?
Yes, let's talk Jamaica. Let's talk Jamaica.
So the challenge when I went to Kingston, the fact that they had Uber, that was because Uber is not everywhere in Jamaica. I found that to be a little bit challenging in different cities.
There's Uber in Kingston. I used Uber in
Kingston, yeah. I used Uber. When I got to, I used the express I used the public transport from Montego Bay, which was very nice. And guess what we were playing in the bus on the screen? Churchill Show. They were playing Churchill Show.
Wow.
Watch one of my videos. I was like, I walked into the bus and Churchill Show is there with Conscience interview. They played the whole way. I was like, man, I feel like I'm at home. And then I get to Kingston. I didn't know they had Uber. And then they told, yeah, they have Uber here. I downloaded the Uber app immediately. And I mean, it was like, I was like, you know what you're doing. You just put in. I wish they can implement that in all of Jamaica, like in all the major cities in Jamaica. That would be like, because all the other places I was going, the taxis, like overcharge and all that stuff, But with Uber, you're more relaxed and comfortable. Where they're taking you, and that's something I experienced. Like, it was like fresh air when I went to Kingston. Uber,
yeah,
it felt so nice.
Getting around in Kingston, Uber is my favorite way to get around, and I really loved it. I met an amazing Uber driver in Kingston, and I think I'm going to meet him when I go back to Kingston, because I love to have. I don't travel I'm not a loner, like someone who travels and just keep to themselves, go look at a waterfall, take a photo, and keep. I love to interact with the local or the residents. Sometimes say I shouldn't use local, but local means residents of a place. But anyway, English. Yeah, so I met with some people, and I talked to this driver, and I'm definitely gonna meet him when I go to Kingston. And it's one of the it's amazing. It's amazing. Like, you can use Uber in Kingston.
So something else I shoot at you, like my brother is saying, voice tone. We Kenyans tend to be very mellow, right? And sometimes I would talk to some people, and then the voice tone would be so loud. Like, I'm like, hey, bro, you don't need to be so aggressive, man. I'm just asking a question. Don't have to raise your voice at me. I'm like, did you experience something like? Because sometimes, like, oh man, why are you being so aggressive? Kenyans, we're very kind of, like a little bit mellow compared to Nigerians. Compared to Nigerians and Ghanaians and like African Americans, Jamaicans sound almost like African Americans. Like, oh, bro, I was just asking.
More like Jamaicans. Trust me, more like Jamaicans than even African Americans.
They like the tone. Like, you see, a conversation going on, you think it's a war.
You
Like,
you
yo,
think
ma,
they're arguing, but they're actually just
Mala,
talking.
well, like my
You want
bro,
to hear a
like,
domino game. You must hear a Jamaican domino game.
yeah,
You would think they're fighting. Yeah, man. No,
huh?
that's who we are, man. It's just love,
So
man.
I experienced that culture. I don't know about you,
Yeah,
but I came to, they explained they're just talking. It's nothing much,
yeah,
like just normal
yes.
conversation.
So for me, as a Kenyan, I think because I've been to Nigeria multiple times, I kind of
Mm-hmm.
understand. Like they talk with so much energy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it wasn't like really. It's not like really a shock. So sometimes when they speak patois, I really don't understand. So I just keep quiet in my corner. And when they'll be done talking, unless they're talking to me, but if they're talking to each other, I don't know what they're saying because I don't understand
Mm-hmm.
patois very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if they're talking to me, then I would tell them, oh, I don't understand patois. Could you speak maybe slowly and maybe don't use patois so I can be able to understand? Because someone can make a full phrase in patois. You'd think you understand because of the little or few songs that you hear. Because Kenyans love to listen to
We love
Jamaican music.
reggae. Tell
Yeah,
them we love
Jamaican
reggae music
of
bad
course.
in Kenya.
But
Yeah.
then you think that because of one or wagwan, watagwan, and all that, you think that you understand patois. It's a whole new language. They can make a whole sentence that you'll not hear or understand.
It is a language. It is. People say it's broken English, and I said no. It has all the characteristics of a language. It really is. And if you hear me and my friends when we get together, you won't understand a thing.
Yeah, there's that deep patois, very deep. Like my friend Genius, I can understand her on YouTube and whatever. But when she's in downtown Kingston, we can get it. We can understand what she's talking about, man. It sounds like some gibberish, like, deep patois. But for me, that was like a big, like, hey, don't raise. I feel like you're attacking me, man. Like, come on, man. Like, just simple conversation, But overall, once I understood that, it was nice for me, and it was, I love Jamaica. Basically, I love Jamaica. It's very expensive and everything. Will I go back to Jamaica again? Yes, 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 yes. It's my childhood dream. I used to be a reggae fan since when I was a kid. I'm gonna go back, and Jamaicans are nice, man. Once they feel you feel and respect, as they say, respect, and then they respond back, and that I love the vibe in Jamaica, and I'm gonna back again and again. It's like 3.5 hours flight, so it's not that bad for me. I love it. Yeah, Jamaicans are nice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, someone is asking, what's your favorite moment so far in Jamaica? I think so many moments. Some might not have been captured in camera. I really did enjoy my moments in Jamaica with my friend Kia. Like, we really did have an amazing time in a grill. And Portland, oh my goodness, the landscape, the scenery, and everything, cooking in the river, that has been like a really great highlight for me. Like, I'm like, okay, so there's so many things I could do. Like last time I was by the river camping because I love camping. I didn't think like this is actually something I could have done. So yeah, so it's opened me to that experience. And someone is asking me, why is Jamaican passport stronger than Kenyan passport? Well, I don't know, because maybe I don't know how they rank passports in the world, but yeah, Jamaica has a mobility score of, I think, 90 something countries. Kenya has 70 something, and Kenya is like among the top 7 or top 8 African countries in terms of passport strength.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kenyan passport is considered strong, but
In
it's
Africa.
like just not just in Africa, but like when you're ranking among African passports, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It can take you to some places, but sometimes you lose, because Panama used to be visa free, and somebody mentioned it. I missed it. Someone says we used to go to Panama visa free for 90 days, but I really don't understand, because from what I understand, I don't know of any Kenyan who would think of flying to Panama to go to US through the Darien Gap.
I don't think so.
A lot of people
not
do.
Any
from Kenya?
Not from Kenya, but from Africa. So most African countries they're getting banned now. If you don't have a US visa, you cannot transit through Panama.
But let me tell you this, not a Kenyan. Not Kenyans, to be honest, not Kenyans. Okay, I could be biased, but Ike, do you think a Kenyan would come to Panama and train?
No, I don't think
go
so.
Through the Parian Gap to the US?
Just like the other day at the Mexico border, they're getting a lot of Africans, but there's no Kenyans. Mostly
no Kenyan,
like,
you
like
get Africans, yes, but they'll not be Kenyans. I really don't think Kenyans will be trying to fly to Panama to go. Kenyans, I feel like if Kenyans were to go anywhere, they will try to find their way to Europe.
UK. They were here. Listen, up until just before winter, a whole bunch of Kenyans and Ugandans were sleeping on the street here in Toronto for weeks, which I was upset because
but they already made it. But they already made it to North.
And they didn't come through the Darien Gap. They didn't come through the Darien Gap. They flew into the country through this process that
they flew in.
The provincial, this process of the provincial something. So meaning Canada gave them a visa. But you'll not get Kenyans going through the Darien Gap.
No, we don't do that.
Or taking boats to Europe.
We don't do that. We're like most of us, we have paper trail. You can actually see port of entry and all that. Everything else that happens there, but we don't, maybe, are we being biased? Maybe not.
Listen, some Kenyans I speak to sound like they'll do anything to leave Kenya, and I have to try to talk them off the ledge. Quite a few people. So the way it works when we're buying land in Kenya is that you partner with a local Kenyan, right? Maybe 1%.
Who lied to you?
What?
I hope you didn't partner with a Kenyan.
No.
I didn't want to say.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, they're on there, and the couple Kenyans I got to be partners with people, either they're directors in the company or they're maybe own 1 to 5 shares in the company. They got paid, and they said to me, "You know what? You're right. I don't really need to leave Kenya. I need money." I go, "Yeah, but you guys are thinking, let me leave university and go find a job. You cannot use that mentality anymore. It's not going to work. You have to find a way to do it for yourself." And a lot of these people have land in the villages, but what they do is want to come to Nairobi. And I'm like, no, y'all go plant something, man. Go raise some chickens, man. $250 US can get you started on a little farm to make some money. But somebody got it in their heads that farming is bad and you must come to the city and find a job. And that's where we're running into the problems. That's what I feel from what I look. You guys are Kenyans. You'll know way more than me. But I'm looking at the situation and I'm like, go back to the villages and work your family farm. But they don't want to do that. Everybody wants to come to the city and think that because I have a degree, I'm going to get a job. It doesn't even work that way in Canada. People with degrees here are working retail stores. Yo. You can imagine, so, I pay how much $1,000 for my daughter to go to school and you're going to come and work in retail? You must lick your head, man. No.
But while at it, I'll tell you, those Kenyans can say that, but trust me, they can say they can do anything to get to, but all of them will never tell you they were in a certain boat getting to Canada. All of them got their papers. Kenyans, I think we are kind of scared of taking some ventures. These people might say so.
And we also very careful with breaking the laws. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't like being in the radar with the law.
Yes.
Because like in Kenya, we know we have all these, foreign from different countries. They know how they deal with you when you break. We very kind of in a way so scared of anything come to the law, breaking the, you know what I mean? I know we do all kinds of things back home, but when you're abroad, most of us, we are very careful.
We always
very careful,
yes.
Very scared when we are outside the country. When you're in Kenya, we can do whatever. But when we are abroad, even here in Dallas, we very careful what we do. Like, I'm just saying as a Kenyan, say. So
no, I'm reading some.
And let me say, can I address something you said? Can I address something you said about people leaving the country, coming to the city? I tried a whole lot of things before I came to this country, right? Before God opened the door and I'm here, I don't know how. I used to sell clothes at the second-hand market. I've done selling. There's a big market where we sell vegetables. I used to go inside the villages in the middle of the night. We just driving, looking for cabbages, vegetables, buying from different farms and everything. Take them to the city to sell. It's not that people work hard in Kenya, my friend. Like people do farming, people do. If there are people who work hard in Kenya, maybe we need to work smart, but people work hard. You've been to Nairobi, you see people 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, people out there, like the city is busy, bustling, even late in the night. It's just maybe something in the system that needs to change. The people really work hard. You've been there. And in the farms,
yeah, so basically what I would say is Kenyans would say yes, they would do anything to go to the Western countries, but the reality is you will never meet a Kenyan flying to Panama, then using the Darien Gap to get to America. Trust me.
Or cross the river El Paso at the border.
El Paso to get, no, that will never be a Kenyan. They might say so, but I think we Kenyans are not risk takers in such ways. In the same way, you will never find a Kenyan who will use a boat to try and smuggle themselves to Europe. So the most that I think, like the lowest that Kenyans would go is maybe get these agents that would sell them to go and work in these Arab countries. And even by them going to get that, you find that the government of that country has approved the papers. So
there is paper trail.
As Kenyans, I think we really have issues with really, as he mentioned, we really have issues with really breaking the law in anywhere or just trying to go through the back door. I think we are not big risk takers, which is good and bad because sometimes the big risk takers make it big in life, Yeah, the bigger the risk, the more the reward. Sometimes.
Yeah. That's why they're known everywhere sometimes, though.
Which comes back to my point is that they need to, this thing about because I have a degree, somebody should find a job for me, that mentality has to change. Jamaicans figured that out a long time ago. Every Jamaican I know is a hustler, eh? Every Jamaican I know is a hustler.
But I'm a hustler too and I have a degree.
Let me ask you this.
Listen. What I'm saying, listen, I am on Kenyan radio. Spice FM start already, but I'm here with you guys. I am on Kenyan media every day. I'm telling you what they're complaining about, man. People are expecting jobs because they have a degree. You see, someone like you were saying what you were hustling and you were doing all these things in Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
Those people do exist. Those people do exist. I'm not saying no, but I'm telling you, a lot of people look down on farming, that it's dirty work, poor man work. I'm telling you, I hear them talk. So I hear people say, "Oh, me, I could never be a farmer." I'm like, what? But your
Wallan, let me when you compare Kenya and Jamaica, is not fair because Kenya population is like 50 million people.
I hear you.
Then Jamaica is less than 4 million people. Yeah, you
agree.
No, Jamaica is about 2 point something. So
2 something million.
Yeah.
So
it's
the comparison.
It's nothing close.
Wallan. I'm here talk to my friends, all Jamaican friends right there. So them say, me no want to get no more babies. Jamaican government want people get babies, but Jamaican, they don't want more because the life is hard. It's tough. They don't want it because there's no opportunities, right? You see what I'm saying? And I talk to them every day on the phone, now Kenya population, 50 million people.
Right.
Now, Nigeria is like over 200 million people. You gotta hustle.
Yes.
Sometimes you growing the farm, the coffee. At one time, Kenyans wanted to pull out all the coffee plantation because they never get enough money. You work so hard. I also did that at my aunt's. You work so hard in the middle of the night, peeling the coffee, take to the factory, and you have to wait for months to get paid. But you have to pay the people picking the coffee. You see? And you going every time in the factory in the middle of the night. It's raining you. And then they pay you after 4 or 5 months, or they don't even pay you. So you like, why you gotta be in the farm? They wanted to pull out the coffee, wanted to pull out the tea plantation because they're not making money. But yet you have to keep, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I can respond to this issue. He's talking about Kenyans who say they have degrees and they're not getting jobs. Yes, of course. Like most parts of the world, not most parts, developing countries in the world, including, I'm not so sure about the Caribbean, like if having papers is enough to get you a job, I'm not so sure. But I know in some countries, like I've been to in Barbados, for instance, if you have your papers, you've studied well, you're more likely to get like a good job. But for most developing countries in the world, I don't think Barbados is considered a developing country. I think Barbados is considered maybe developed or something, I don't know. So for most parts of the world, in developing countries, you go to school, you get papers, and also when you get those papers, you are taught, like the curriculum in the school, everything you taught to be a job seeker. I'm not so sure about Jamaica, I can't speak for Jamaica. But we also have to admit the fact that not everyone can be an entrepreneur. So if everyone becomes an entrepreneur from a graduating class, who are we going to employ as entrepreneurs? Some people will always have to work. Like that's the reality. There'll always be people who will work, and then there'll always be entrepreneurs. So the thing is, how do we raise more entrepreneurs than job creators, and also create good people who can be able to work? Because when you say, oh, like, you know, people expecting degrees, I've met people who are very brilliant, like if you employ them, because I do own a business, if you employ these people, they work very, very, very well. They are very brilliant, that you think like if you had skills or if you were as good as they were, you would never work for anybody. Then you come to realize like not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Like that's like the reality. Some people will just always have to work for others.
While I understand that, I think our education system is designed to develop workers, not entrepreneurs. And I think that is part of the problem, because you're going to go to school for 3, 4, 5 years to get your degree, and you're going to come out and you're going to be a waitress. And I'm talking here in Canada, I see it. You're a waitress, you sell clothes, and you're selling a retail store, you might work in a supermarket. No, they're creating workers. You need to create people who are going to think critically and say, you know what, this system, the way it is, isn't designed for me. If I follow this system, I'm going to be working for somebody for the rest of my life. You can't think like that. You have to change the mentality. So I'm not saying don't find a regular job. I have a regular 9-to-5 job that I got to go to, but I have to have that side hustle, because I realize if I keep that regular job, I'm going to retire at 65 and be dead by 67. And I would
Let me ask you, what's your regular job?
I work
if you
in
don't
IT.
mind. You work in IT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's nice. So I would tell you where some people might be coming from. I have seen some people talk about the truck drivers in America and Europe, and like we're just keeping it real. Like that's African TIGRESS. You always love to keep it real here.
Keep it.
I've seen people who talk, they maybe like truck drivers in Europe, America, and other parts of the world, right? And they're like really making it big. You see, a truck driver has built some rental apartments, flats in Nairobi, Kenya, or somewhere in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
With truck driving in Kenya, you can never do that. Even being a truck driver in Kenya, even getting a woman would be very difficult. Who wants to deal with you? So like that's why I'm talking about it. And even when these people are saying that, is because there's some industries in our economy. We have to improve our economy first to be able to pay even a truck driver decent pay. But some people, even the ones who have resources, once they have all these resources and all this money, they ain't going to pay these people enough money, you know. And also apart from that, you're talking about degrees. Sometimes even like being a waiter, getting a job being a waitress or waiting in the office, in the restaurant, you need papers, you need connections. So I can't really say like, oh, some people are just waiting to be, you know, given opportunities and all that. You need papers. You can have your bachelor's degree and you're gonna be waiting for someone to give you a connection or go through shit before you eventually get that job. So basically the thing is first to improve our economy. So I can't just say like people are just sitting waiting for someone to provide them. Yeah, you know.
I am not saying that. I think you might have misunderstood me. What I'm saying is the mentality of because you have a degree, you're entitled to a job is wrong. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we thought. I can't blame people who think like that. I'm one of the people who have a degree, yes, but even while I was in school, in fact, like even while I was in school, I was already earning while I was in school because I thought out of the box. You get it?
Exactly.
And I can't. For me, I don't know why I drew the inspiration because no, like there's nobody who had to tell me that. I think sometimes some people say it's I really don't know why I drew that inspiration to do all that. To be honest, I can't say like so and so inspired me to be able to start this business or hustling this or doing this and that. But I think it's just sometimes some of us are born with some like mind to think. Because for me, one thing I told myself after my undergrad, once you're done with your undergrad, you don't want to go back the same way. Because some people, you get there, you're getting out with a degree. Yes, you have papers here. But I also knew like there's no job. So even while I was in school, I did start a program where to connecting students to the real world experience, because sometimes what you learn in school versus what you experience in the real job world are two different things. So I actually started a program to start that, and that's what also got me to be elected as a student leader and things like that. But like that aside, I don't think everybody thinks that like growing up, going to school and all that, there's some students who come maybe from well-off and better backgrounds that we assumed that they were going to do very well in life. And then when you look at life, how life hits later on after school, it's really different. So the thing is, maybe we should, as you suggest, maybe we should make entrepreneurship one of the courses in school.
And
some
that's what I
people
was
might
going to say to you.
realize and benefit from it, because they might not realize their internal, not everybody is going to realize their internal abilities without really being taught about it. So if we introduce like entrepreneurship as a course in school, maybe that will be beneficial to a lot of people.
And that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. I went to Kingston Technical High School, Kingston, Jamaica, and we had a class, entrepreneurship. And even when I was in Elliott School, I went to St. Francis Elliott School, and I had a teacher named Mr. Richards. I don't think this was part of the curriculum, but he did it anyways. I think his mother was principal, so he did what he wanted. We had to go plant stuff in the school field. We had to plant turnip and radish, stuff that I didn't know what the hell it was. And he was the one who said, listen, no matter how much education you have to have another marketable skill outside of that. I was watching one of your episodes where you were showing, I think you have what, eucalyptus trees?
Yeah, I have a farm. I'm doing eucalyptus.
And I'm going to tell you how some people just don't think. And my friend said, what you going to do with all those trees? And I'm like, are you stupid? In about what, 5-10 years, this woman going to be making a shitload of money.
$1 million. I'll be a US millionaire.
But what I'm saying is some people can't see that because they're not taught to see that. Our school systems need to change, because all our school systems are really doing is creating workers. But I'm sitting down, we're watching the same program, and before you even calculated it, I saw it right away, and I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. You understand? So some people not thought to see it. I was watching another YouTuber, and he was talking to a guy making porridge outside of a hospital in Jamaica. The guy sell a porridge for $500 Jamaican. I don't remember how much US it was at the time. And he was saying he makes 3 pots and he's finished by 11 o'clock in the day. And I add up all the money and I said, hold on. You mean to tell me this porridge man here is making over 200,000 US dollars a year? I'm like, impossible. And then the guy goes, yeah, all my kids finish university and all that stuff. So I'm like, yeah, there it is. So, but we're taught to look down. We're taught to look down on those people. And that's what some of our university degree teach us. Look down on those people. We don't realize that there's another way. So I'm not saying don't get the education. Definitely get the education. But we need our education system to teach us there is another way. Plumbers, mechanics, carpenters, those are valuable trades. But some people look down on them. That's all I'm saying. We need to reshift the focus.
I understand that, and of course I agree with that. And also that's the same thing I was earlier mentioning to you, EK, who was saying that Gukomba and all that. My car, I bought it from doing business in Gikomba. After graduating, I got employed for 1 week.
Yeah.
I quit at 1 week, and
You
I
know, I
just
haven't been
realized
home for like
employment.
over 10 years, so I don't know.
I
Maybe it's
understand.
changed.
So
Yes.
I wasn't being employed. So when I worked for 1 week, and then I realized like employment wasn't for me. Then I went to business. And Gukomba is where I made my first million. And it only took 6 months, less than 6 months,
So true.
August to December.
So true.
I earned my first 1 million. And I was
Yeah,
like, I
because
bought my first
actually, the
car.
money I used to come to the US and buy my fast cars and most of the stuff I put down payment, all the money I made from Gikomba,
Yeah.
selling secondhand clothes, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to say something and then maybe I'll check out.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about something somebody put in the chat about Barbados, something is China. So one thing I noticed in China, in not in Jamaica, I don't know if they do that in Kenya, but even here in Dallas, there's like I don't know how many Kenyan restaurants, bars, and everything they shut down because we don't support our own people. When EK opens a business, let's say I open up, like we shut down so many of Kenyans and Africans, but we will go shop. Is it okay I say those? Go shop to a Chinese, go to shop to an Indian store, but we're not going to support your own people's businesses. Like one thing I wrote is also in Jamaica is this whole lot of Chinese, like Chinese businesses, supermarkets. Everywhere I was going to buy anything, they were either foreign owned, Chinese owned, and I asked people, why is this? Why are so many Jamaican businesses not doing so well? And you know what they said? Because Jamaicans prefer to shop foreign, like they prefer to support other businesses than support their own local businesses. And I know I've seen that also back home. I don't know if it has changed. So for me, it seemed like it's like we black people, we don't like to see our own people excelling. I don't know. I might be wrong. Guys, don't come at me. Don't attack me, guys. I'm just saying that was my observation in Jamaica. Okay. I was seeing a whole lot of big supermarkets, big businesses, like it was all like Chinese owned, and most of it. I don't know if you've seen that African Tigress and I mean, I was like, what's up with when I was walking through the Montego Bay Strip? All the stores are owned by Indians. I'm like, what in the world? I'm in Jamaica, am I in India? I'm like, all the cashiers, the registers, everybody there is Chinese. I'm like, what is going on here, man? Like, I mean, just
So
saying, what is your experience?
Okay. I haven't, to be honest, for me, that's not the case for me. I've only been to one Chinese store in Montego Bay, so I could be wrong, but I mean, the Jamaicans in the chat can tell us better. I've only been to one that there was Chinese, but one Chinese person in the rest were Jamaican. I don't know who held what role in there. Oh, there was another one that was, I think, Lebanese or something, but that's it. I'm not very sure. Maybe, I mean, the Jamaicans can tell us better. But while at it, let me respond to this question that I've pinned because I didn't want to skip it. He says, while you boast about Kenya being cheap, you don't realize that the problem with the country, people won't be able to afford higher prices. And that is to Afro-Jamaican. Kenya is cheap. Why? Because some of the things that you might easily find in Jamaica, you won't get them in Kenya. Most of the countries, and there's even cheaper countries, I will tell you, Uganda, like from my travel experience, 45 countries, Uganda is cheaper. You go to, it depends on what, but when it comes to electronics and all that, it's going to be way expensive. But when it comes to food and basic living, a lot of countries are quite cheap. But when it comes to the things that you are accustomed to and wanting those high first class services, in this you won't get them in these countries that are cheaper. So like I think that's a way you have to adjust. So take advantage of and what things are you willing to give up, because the moment there's efficiency in all these services that you are desiring, trust me, you might not even be able to afford it at that point. Because I was comparing the GDP of Jamaica and Kenya. Was it GDP or what? And yeah, Jamaica has a bigger GDP than Kenya.
What?
What?
Was it GDP or what? Let me just check.
No way.
No, let me just
Is it
confirm.
GDP?
GDP. Let me just confirm. I could be wrong. Maybe I was looking at a different. Kenya GDP versus Jamaica. Let me just check. I'm so sorry. I could say it wrong, but there was a factor that I was checking. It wasn't GDP, but is that one per individual?
No, she's right.
Is it GDP?
Kenya has a GDP half of Jamaica.
What?
GDP of Kenya has a GDP per capita of $4,200 in 2020, while Jamaica has a GDP per capita of 8,700. So meaning Jamaica has a double and higher GDP than Kenya. I did my research.
You did your.
I'm gonna do something. As meat. Something as cheap as meat. I was talking to my mother, and she was talking about the price of goat meat. And she got a little bit of meat for something like, she said something thousands of dollars. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm in Kenya. I got so much meat for like $3 Canadian. Like, I couldn't believe it was so much goat meat. So yes, I could definitely see why, because Jamaica is way more expensive. You need more to live. You need way more to live. And that's why per capita it is. I totally see it. Everything, food in Jamaica is, and I don't understand why, because we have the land to grow the food we need. But we import a lot of the food, whereas Kenya necessarily might produce more local food, even though I think they're underperforming. But
let me ask you that. Why is meat so expensive in Jamaica?
No, let me tell. Okay, why is meat expensive in Jamaica? But it's the GDP. It would even be more expensive in countries like Barbados. Kenya, we have massive land. We have bigger land. We have a higher population, but while at it, we still have massive land. But I can't, like, I don't. One thing about me, I'm not just traveling for the sake of traveling. I try to learn about the countries, the economies, and, just go deeper and understand it better. Because when I'm in Jamaica, I realize a lot of things are like 3 times the price of Kenya for most things. Even paying the amount of public we pay, like I was looking at this Northford Express. I haven't used it. I don't think I'll have a chance to use it right now. Maybe later.
I used it.
Yeah, you paying like almost 4,000 or 5,000 Jamaican, almost 4,000, 5,000 Jamaican dollars for a road trip from Kingston to Jamaica. No, Kingston to Montego. Yeah, which is about 2-3 hours road trip, and you only need to add about 1,000 or 500 shillings of that to get a flight ticket in Kenya for a longer distance. So I really had to do my research, because the Jamaican currency and the Kenyan currency is about the same amount.
It's the same out there, right there.
Jamaican currency to US dollars, Kenyan currency to US dollars, all of them more or less the same amount as Kenyan currency. So of course, like, I had to go deeper. I don't just like to dwell in the shallow, so I had to go. Then, surprising, I'm even seeing it in some of the comments here. Jamaica.
Can you pin that one? Can you pin reggae flavors? What he's saying? Like, yes, I'm a Jamaican in Kenya. I can say Jamaican cost of living is higher. Enjoying Nairobi, to Jamaican. Karibu
Yes.
Kenya.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Yes, the cost of living in Kenya is cheaper, but also Jamaica that entirely okay, I'm not so sure I could be wrong, but I think Jamaica entirely relies on tourism.
No.
Yes, tourism.
We have bauxite. We have bauxite. We have
But what's the biggest earner of the country?
Well, I think yes, I would think so. Well,
tourism.
Maybe remittances might be. But our tourism and remittances. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've paid much attention, but it's tourism or remittances, which you can imagine. Remittances,
I think it's tourism, but still, while at it, Jamaica's GDP is higher than Kenya's GDP. 50 million people plus. Larger, Jamaica can go into Kenya in terms of landmass, I don't know, like 100 times.
There's more people in Nairobi than in the entire country of Jamaica.
Yes, the population of Nairobi itself is bigger than the entire country of
city,
Jamaica.
It's like maybe triple.
Kenya,
maybe triple.
If you look at
the legal ones, the legal people, the Kenyans we know.
But when you look at Nairobi metropolitan, which would mean addition of Kiambu, Kitengela, Rongai, and all that, is 10 million people.
Yes.
In Nairobi metropolitan.
It's 3 times.
Those are the locals, the legals, the Kenyan people.
Yes.
Now, let's talk Isili alone. Let's talk Isili alone. You know, we have all people from different countries and everybody in Nairobi. Nairobi is like it's like an international hub because we have people from Rwanda, Burundi, all the countries ever affected by war. We have so many of them in Nairobi. So if you are to count everybody who is not counted in the census, it's way higher than that, right?
Yeah, I think it comes back to Jamaica not producing.
Are you going to sleep?
Jamaica is not producing as much as it should.
Yeah, I'm still live, so I'm going to be ending soon.
Yeah, Jamaica is just not producing as much as it should.
I'll close the door.
Things are a lot more expensive, and we import a lot of things that we can definitely grow ourselves. But also, there's a mentality shift here because at least I left Jamaica 25 years ago, so maybe I shouldn't really comment. It's been a long time. But when I was growing up, Jamaicans would perceive something from foreign to be better than something produced in Jamaica. I don't know if that's still the case. So maybe that's why Jamaican manufacturers might have just given up because they can't compete with the foreign people. I could be wrong.
Yeah, let me say one thing I noticed in Jamaica, a lot of people wear brands. See? You see somebody in the street, they're wearing Gucci, they're wearing something, the sandals. Like, I noticed a lot of people wearing like brands. I went to this market in Montego Bay, they're selling Jordans. Like, wow, I'm looking, these are Jordans, like they're real Jordans. Like, are they knockoff? But they look nice. I'm like, man, I should have bought a bunch of those and bring them to the US. So what you're saying, people, I noticed they like buying like a whole lot of like foreign, you know, because maybe you have more swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the drip, you know. And every time I went to the parties, like I would see people just wearing all nice drip, like, you know. And it's not that cheap either.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. But
Gillian says the cost of living does not contribute to GDP per capita.
I didn't know that. I'd have to. I told her thank you earlier because I didn't know that. I'd have to check it out. But
realistically,
I think she's right because it's the income, not what they're spending. So yeah, probably. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Someone actually GDP is way higher in Kenya than Jamaica. I use the statistics I saw online, so I'm really not so sure. So I just used online statistics and I found the GDP here was like twice as much as Kenya. No, I don't know. I just used online statistics that I saw.
Per capita though, this is what the average person earns in Jamaica. It's higher in Jamaica than Kenya. So I get what he said.
I have another question.
Generates more because it's a bigger country.
Guest co-host. Jamaica is called the land of wood and water. And everywhere I was driving, there's a lot, and Jamaica rains a lot. And there's a lot of plenty of land, green and nice. Is it like a law or something that people don't do farming or raise cattle and goats and sheep or anything like that? Because I was seeing a lot of beautiful, I'm like, as a Kenyan with Kikuyu blood also, I'm like, oh my God, if I was that land, cabbages, carrots, everything there. So is this something that, because it's always raining and it's fertile most of the places.
I think the same thing that affects Kenya in terms of farming, it affects Jamaica. I think for some reason, at some point, someone put in our psyche that farmers are poor, which is
true.
So I think it was instilled in us. I think it's a kind of mental slavery, to be quite honest. And I see people complaining. I watch a lot of Jamaican YouTubers, and there's one guy who is more into investing, but he was interviewing this farmer. The farmer said, "My kids don't want to do this. They don't want to do this. So when I'm done doing this, the farm probably just stop producing because my kids don't want to do this. Everybody want to go to the city. That's the same thing. Whereas me, I know I'm from Kingston. I born under the clock, a half a tree, right under the clock. My born. I don't know nothing about farming, right? I have a small farm. I don't know nothing about farming, but I realize the potential there.
So let me ask you, you're in Canada, right?
That is correct.
I'm in America. So I went to Jamaica. Jamaicans have big avocados, like Kenyan avocados, big head avocados.
Yes.
And in America and here, they have in the US, they have little small avocados here. When you go into the store, it can cost you $1.50. It depending with the season. Another time I went to buy passion fruit. You know passion fruit in a Kroger store, and it was costing. They were charging me $3. So this product, Americans, developed countries, they need farmers, because if they don't produce in the farm, you know how it's gonna happen here in the market, because that means they're gonna charge everything double. So as you're saying, actually, we cannot survive without farmers. So it's a very actually nice opportunity if you have land. All you need, as you're saying, work smart, not hard. Get connection, produce, get people to connect you with, how you can do export and all those kind of things. Listen. You're in North America, so you know how we rely on those, vegetables and everything. Like if some trucks don't show up, like winter right now, this winter, they can't come from Mexico or Guatemala. We rely on those North American countries for food, for farmers from there, even cocoa. If they don't produce, then we will suffer. Go ahead.
There's a whole lot at play there too, though, because I think when you take money from the IMF, sometimes they tell you what you can and cannot grow. So when you take international loans, sometimes it come with conditions, and sometimes it will decimate a country's agricultural sector. They did it to Haiti. Haiti could feed themselves with rice. Yeah. But the US decimated the Haitian rice market. And so sometimes that does happen. I don't know if that's what's happening in Jamaica. No, I really just think that Jamaica, I think they call it pedio larceny, where they steal stuff off farms. I think that's a major issue that I don't think police take it seriously. I think if they take it way more seriously, then people will probably more invest in more farms, because Jamaica land is fertile. I think
beautiful. Always raining.
We're in a prime location to export to several countries. I think we could do a whole lot more there. And if somebody was willing to do a farm, I'd go in with them. I'd invest in a farm in Jamaica. I would. I absolutely would. But you gotta be serious.
Yeah, because I found it to be very, I kept asking my friend, how would be the land is a lot of it's never dry. It's always like raining. I would have a lot of cows and goats and everything, even if I don't have to do farming to
Listen,
provide meat. We Kenyans love meat, so we have nyama chomas in Jamaica.
yeah. Listen, you know what African Tigers was saying earlier about if you want the same kind of lifestyle you have here in Kenya, it gets expensive and so on. Me, I want 5 acres. I want some goat, some chicken, some pigs, plant up my callaloo, my ackee, my breadfruit, and I'm happy. That's all I want. You understand? That's all I want. Simplicity. And I think people need to really go back to the point where, listen, man, if you have the land space, plant something. My mother was telling me how much you pay for tomato and scallion and onion. I'm like, are you mad? In Canada, we have a very short summer. We have a short summer in Canada. And when I plant, I tell you, I start planting in May. As soon as the ground get proper up my plant. Last summer, I didn't buy any kind of pepper. I had Scotch bonnet pepper, Trinidad scorpion pepper, Carolina Reaper pepper. I had plummy tomato. I had the baby tomatoes, and I had big tomatoes. For the whole summer, I still have pepper in my freezer that I didn't have to buy because every time I went to the store, it's $3-4 for a thing of pepper, and it add up. And I can plant that in that short window. So if you're in Jamaica, I mean, people are complaining about certain things. Listen, man, plant in a plastic bucket, man. Plant something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm old now. I'm 50 now, I'm not 50 years old.
Somebody said like in Jamaica it don't always rain. Okay, it looks like every time me there, Jamaica always rain when I'm there. Like every time my friend on the phone, like on YouTube, they say, "Oh, it's raining right now."
Listen,
So
Jamaica don't rain. No, Jamaica don't rain nothing like Kenya. I can tell you that for damn sure. Doesn't rain anything like Kenya. But I guess up in the mountains, yeah, I might get a little drizzle and so on. My parents live in Greater Portmore, and trust me, sometimes I hear them bawl. Sometimes they wish it would rain.
there's a vegetable you mentioned, the popular vegetable in Jamaica. Something Mikalu. What did you call it?
Callaloo.
The green vegetable. Callaloo.
It's kind of like sukuma wiki.
I tried to eat callaloo and it was really hard for me. So Kenya, we have our skuma. In America they call it kale. It's kale.
Yeah.
So I tried to eat. Jamaica, they like that callaloo a lot. Like it's their main like vegetable. And in Kenya now we eat skuma. Skuma is our like number one in like when you eat, you can eat it with anything. So and I thought it's the same thing, but it was actually totally different.
Same thing. No, and even the cocoa leaf, the leaf at the top of the cocoa root, you can eat that. That's what Trinidadians call callaloo. You can eat that too. You can cut it up and eat that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried callaloo, African Tigress?
I don't think I've tried it because it's callaloo is what?
It's like skuma wiki.
It's like a skuma wiki. It's the Jamaican skuma wiki.
I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but if it's Kenyan skuma wiki, then I'll definitely try it.
Yeah, it's a little bit different texture and everything and flavor.
I'll give it a try because I've tried the matoke. I cooked them, but I also noticed the matoke are pretty different from the matoke that we have in Kenya because there's a bit skinny, thin. And when you cook them, no matter how much you cook them, sometimes they don't, like the flavors don't really get very deep to the very deep of the matoke, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
so true.
Boil the banana with some salt and that's it. We just boil it. We don't really do much with it. We don't pound it. We don't do much with our bananas here. I know you guys do a lot more with your bananas. So
so I think it's the environment that they grow the same way they can grow breadfruit, but I think breadfruit can only grow in the coast of Kenya. So for the other parts of the country, it cannot grow. And the issue we're talking about GDP, but I was actually talking about GDP per capita. I'm one person who researched. It wasn't just the overall GDP of the country. I was talking about GDP per capita. between Jamaica and the GDP per capita in Kenya, and I realized like Jamaica is double GDP per capita in Kenya compared to Kenya. Maybe that's why the prices are double or triple the price. Yeah.
Ah.
African Tigress.
Let me tell you, here someone tells you, oh, it's only 500, not much, only 500, or not much, only 1,000. Because in Kenya, you don't tell somebody not much, it's only 1,000.
No, don't. 1,000 bob, crazy. No. But African Tigress, I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. A pound of breadfruit flour is $35 US.
In Canada?
Yeah. So
because why? The GDP in Canada is higher.
No. That's just what breadfruit flour commands. You need to have a conversation about breadfruit.
Well, if you're exporting it, yes, but the reality is, it's even if I was exporting my stuff, I would sell them higher in the US and Canada and all that because you make more.
It's just what the cost is. Apparently, it's low in carbohydrate content, and it's good for people who have like diabetes and all those things. So it is very, very expensive. So planting some breadfruit trees on the coast is not a bad idea. There's a free tip for anybody who wants some business. Even in Jamaica, like this is the thing, we don't produce. You could be producing breadfruit flour in massive quantities, but I don't think we produce that much. We produce some, but not a lot.
All right. So, wow, I thought this.
So actually, somebody said in Kenya the kalalu is called chicha. Is mchicha?
Yeah,
you know it?
Is mchicha. I know
it's mchicha. Yes. Reggae flavor says it's called mchicha. Yes.
Oh,
yes, that's it.
I know mchicha. Mchicha, I eat mchicha, and
yes,
it depends on how you cook it. It's nice when you mix it with managu. That is, some people call it
yes.
nightshade. African nightshade.
What is that?
Managu is another type of like green.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So African Tigress,
I want to end the stream now.
I gotta check out.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's been real. Appreciate you. You know I love you, Asante. And for those of you who don't understand, Asante means thank you.
Thank you.
Asante means thank you. All right. So bless up yourself. Peace, guys. You can also shout out.
Yeah, sir.
You can check me out on EKKI Media and bless up yourself.
I will look for you.
Yeah, check me out. Bless up. I'm building a man cave back here to do my studio for live streams and everything. So love you, sees always. And my brother from another mother, I need to talk to you about investments in Kenya.
We can talk.
Salute everyone. Bye, sees. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
African Tigress, thank you so much. Thank you. What you did for me with your sister started my life on a whole different trajectory. Very much appreciated. Very, very much. So thank you so much. I watch your content. All the best. And I will keep watching. The guy Reggae Flavors, they're Jamaican. They used to live in Tanzania. I think they moved to Kenya. No, they have a restaurant. They're amazing food. I hear. I haven't tasted it.
Oh, I'm going to check it out.
Yes.
Nairobi?
I think you should. Reggae Flavors. I think they're launching tomorrow in Jamrock in Nairobi.
Oh, okay. Reggae Flavor. Shout out to you. And if you're watching this, and I see some Kenyans that I know on the chat, go check out Reggae Flavors. Go check out Reggae Flavors. If they're launching tomorrow, we have to show some love to our brothers coming from the diaspora. Go check out and eat oxtail on my bill.
And yeah, if you're in Kenya in April, please look me up. I'm going to be around. So by all means, I'm going to Kenya and Uganda in April. So I definitely, if you're back home, I would love to meet you.
I'll be here for the carnival.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll catch you next time.
All right. Bye. Take care. All right, so it's been real. I thought this was going to be a 1 hour live stream. I can't believe it's 3 hours. So thanks to everybody who tuned into today's live stream. I truly appreciate the love, the support. And in case I missed your question, please forgive me. I tried to catch up with as many questions as possible. I was trying to respond to everybody. Unfortunately, it was not as easy. And yeah, for those ones who are seeking legal services, especially for those ones who are interested in investing or buying property in Kenya, reach out to me. Reach out to my social medias. I can give you some trusted. They don't sell property. I don't have people who are selling property, but I have people who can protect you when you are buying property to ensure you don't get scammed. Legal services, of course, I'll connect you to my most trusted contact, who is my sister. Of course, he's helped a lot of people that I know to acquire property, and none of them has ever, I'm very sure you've never seen it online, anyone come to complain about them getting scammed or taken advantage of. So yeah, reach out for that. So thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you. I love you all. Please share my videos, like, subscribe, and let's get to 300,000 subscribers. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.